You like them lips, girl?
They can hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Welcome, everybody, to the Mexlets After Dark.
You like my big lips, girl? Oh. These soup coolers.
We're getting erotic in this piece, everybody. Welcome to
The movie review show, right?
No, yeah. We're getting nice.
What kind of movies?
Oh, we're
You like
pornos,
silk?
baby. We're reviewing pornos.
No one else
We just watched Dr. Do Me a Little. And it was
followed by a
fantastic.
double screening of Deep Throat.
Yes. We give 2 thumbs up.
Pimps up.
It's your fine.
Down. Welcome, everybody, to McGrew's Reviews. Oh, you broke the back of my hat. My head is big. I'm Sammy Gonzalez. I got a fat head, dog. AKA the Mexcellence. You're not going to see it. And, yeah, it's McGrew's Reviews. And joining me over there is McGrew's Review himself.
Tommy McGrew.
Oh, and back
he
by
meant
popular.
that black guy.
Oh,
Okay.
We're not the same person.
not the same person. And you're not TJ either. Back by, I'm sorry, let me get it right. Black by popular demand, we have.
Me. Hi, guys. Hi, Mama. Hi, Daddy.
Jordan, everybody. He doesn't know his name. Also, I can't believe I got away with black by popular demand.
You're fine.
That's so
He
cool.
canceled.
You're
He canceled.
good.
He gives me the N-word pass, and I don't want to use it.
It might be a trap.
It's not.
Definitely.
It's
with him,
not.
Not
It's
with
not.
him, but on
With me,
camera it
maybe.
is.
Yeah.
No,
With me, baby.
I
use it as
can.
a
I have
test.
a proper usage. I've played football and have heard it in the proper context.
I use it for profiling purposes.
I use it never.
Okay.
Okay, no. Actually, I stopped doing it even in the privacy of my own car.
Good.
Because it's just song lyrics. That's the only time I'd say it.
Habits.
But I
That's
just
how you
realized
fix
that
these
brother works in place.
You do.
That's my good replacement
Oh,
word.
yeah.
And then like Hitta's weak, and then Vato sometimes works.
There you go. That's even more
Right,
creative.
exactly. But brother
Say shit
works.
we can't say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke brothers.
But no, the clean version is broke.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
use
There's a
that
clean version,
clearly.
Yeah.
All right, what's another one? I'm kidding. How close can I say the N-word on this?
Sammy
Multi-ethnic, multicultural.
Sammy waits till the cameras go off and say, "You two niggas need to go." Go.
Get out! Get your fucking dirty ass shoes out my fucking carpet. You sons of bitches. No, we're not talking about race.
What sort of kind?
Talking about, well, what?
We are.
Let's talk about the
All
history
people.
of mankind. Because we're talking about Disney's
Bible.
Marvel's Avengers, Eternals, Endgame in the beginning, Marvel Studios. Right? I'm surprised it's not a fucking monolith. Well, actually, there it is. It's the monolith
Yeah.
from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
That's exactly.
We just got back from the movie theater
Yeah.
moments ago.
Fresh.
It's a long movie, I realized.
3 hours. What the fuck time is it?
Yeah,
We started.
Holy shit,
We started at 7:30. It started at 7:30.
Wait.
But then it didn't end till like close to 10 o'clock.
10:30.
It was
Oh, really?
7:30.
Yeah.
Starts about 7:45.
Previews
8:45.
9:45.
9:45.
So it started at like 8.
8, 9, 10. It's still what the fuck? How long is this movie?
It's like 3 hours, like 2 hours.
It's like the
and 45
Passion of the
minutes.
Christ.
Yeah.
God
God,
damn.
I was enjoying it. Eternals runtime.
At least I got to see Jesus get fucked up in that one. Though.
What?
Like,
2 hours and 37 minutes. Good God. Did it feel like it to you a little
37?
bit?
Yeah.
No, 2 hours 37.
There
Yeah,
were
it
parts that did drag.
Yeah,
For sure.
Oh, yeah. You know what? At that length, they could have fine tuned it a bit. But this is what we're going to talk about right now. Right now, we're going to do no spoiler review. We'll make it pretty brief because we want to talk about all the craziness that we saw, and I have a theory. And experience.
Yes.
Let's talk about the experience first, because here's the thing. Well, first of all, before we get that, and by the way, Senior Two Phones, welcome back, Jordan.
Hey,
he says,
Really?
yes.
Wow.
Yes. I was the one on the sports show, and I made a bad taste Henry Ruggs joke. That's what happened.
It was god awful.
That's what happens when I am allowed to be on mic.
And he's around.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I am.
Yeah.
But
More of me.
before we get too started, we have an announcement to make. We got some new arrivals in mexmerch.com. Oh my God. Look at this is this week's haul. You can get all this I built
All
this
new
week.
shit, yeah.
All this week. I mean, that one I spent a lot of time on
That's a
previously.
hoodie. Nice.
But look at we got
nice
this
hoodie.
new one for today. Bruja activities for the witch in your life. So may it be a lady, your friend, a mother, a grandmother.
Would not buy that from a mom.
Some people are dark and witchy
That is
all
true.
hours at all times.
Very
they don't have
true.
to do it in Halloween.
Yeah.
They could be witchy at all
All year
times. Look
round.
at that. Look at the cat. He's cute. It's got little moons for eyes. Skulls.
Some people can be dark and witchy.
People are dark and witchy
Some are
constantly.
dark and lovely, some are
Right,
dark and
that's what
witchy.
Oh, it wasn't a color thing. It was more of an aesthetic thing.
He
Y'all
fell
can
into
say
that.
Yeah.
No, but then we got the rival schools, Menudo University and Pozole University.
Okay.
That seems to be the most famous one on the online polls.
I only know about Menudo, so I'm more Menudo
Pozole.
University.
Oh,
I've
Pozole
never
changed
had
your life.
Really?
It's
Menudo.
essentially it's menudo, but people say it's fucking wrong. But imagine a menudo type soup, but with no stomach,
So
no
what's in
beef
it? What
stomach,
replaces
just
it?
clean pork or fatty,
Oh,
good chunks
so
of pork.
just
Really?
Regular meat.
It's regular meat.
I'm gonna go with the pozzola.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I think that's why it's more popular now. But the traditional, the people who are
I've
hardcore,
had some good ass menudo. Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's great.
I've eaten chitlins, so yeah. It's
I
fine.
can't do the stuff anymore. It's
It's fine.
chewy. And then I got this one here that I invented. Mariachi's not dead. Look at that. He's got a
Nice.
guitar. Look at it in red
Love
too. That design worked in red. I'm surprised it fucking did.
Me too.
It's fucking cool. And then my personal favorite, this one I fucking love.
I
That
like
one
that.
is the
When does
fresh
that one come
pozole.
in
It's,
for you?
it's already out. Oh, do you talk about favorite designs?
No, I mean I know you got one around.
Oh, I didn't got that one just
Oh,
yet.
okay.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
But that one is definitely one I'm gonna pick up.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna pick up this hat too, the old timey
I
skull.
like the.
What's the other one? The other hoodie?
The other hoodie?
Yeah. The one-
This
Yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that one has the same
There
one,
you
but
go.
it also has our newish
Oh,
sub
I
logo
like that.
with the guitars.
Does the
didn't
other
see
one
that.
have like something in the front too?
You talking about the Pozole one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has the excellence in Japanese.
No,
Nice.
I like
Goku
I
stats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do like
I want
that.
that.
one
Boom.
is fun.
Yeah. That it
We've
kind
not
of goes
seen- I
hard.
didn't see
Yeah.
that. We never saw the front.
Yeah, it kind of goes hard.
I
And
do
then
like
look at
that
that guy. He's all dark and whimsical.
Sammy, the
Everybody's
Gucci
talking.
designer.
I know, man. I'm
Jeez,
trying. Look at that.
man.
And then, I'm making more designs for Monday. Spoiler alert. That's an old classic. I
Nice.
clicked on by accident. But yeah, look at all these there. Just go to mexmerch.com. I put a lot of work into it this week, folks. There's artworks. There's workout shirts. There's
Nice.
other stuff. There's gay stuff. I like that one. Super gay. I just want
Fun.
someone to wear it because they're
Fun.
super gay. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's whimsical.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I just like supporting the LGBTQs because Texas is fucking everything up. I like this shirt.
Yeah, no shit.
I may or may not be ready for some football.
I like that.
The season's almost over, folks. Get it in time for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because you may not be ready for some football.
I'm not. I'm a Texas fan.
Keychain, thank God it's over. Ooh.
What is? Thank God. What is over?
Key.
Shit.
He watched
Key
it.
is Key watched it about an hour
Yeah.
ahead of us.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
after
Oh,
us
shit.
after
Us, yeah.
So he's probably just barely
He's
getting.
fresh
He's on his
getting
phone.
out.
He's on his phone right now. Going, oh, Sammy's willing. Thank God it's over.
They really in the stingers.
Yeah.
Key Jesus.
Yeah. But here's the thing about Key though. Key is also a youth.
Yes.
Key is 12 years old. He's like 24 or something like
He's the
that. But he
youngest of
plays
all of us.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
And he is young at heart, and he's a dipshit. I'm kidding. No, he actually made
member
the
of this
animation at the
crew.
beginning of the
Yeah.
show. If you actually, I'll cut to it real quick to give credit to Key. Yeah, he made the walking guy. That was a long way to get there for that. Especially
The
with my
Walking
voice cut out.
Bones.
But yeah, he did the little bendy guys, and and he's great. We also point is he's elderly. No, we're elderly, and he's youthful.
Yeah.
So let's talk about
It's
the
gonna play a
movie going
part. Yeah.
experience.
Yes.
because
Yeah,
Me,
and I'm gonna
me.
pass to you guys first. This is all before movie, and
Right.
then we'll talk about kind of in movie before we get to the review.
Right.
Mind you, right now we're in non-spoiler territory.
We'll let
We're
you
in
know.
non-spoiler territory.
let
So
you know
Jordan,
when we
I'm gonna
switch
go
over.
ahead and shoot over to you real quick while I go get some props.
Yes. So
First of all, before you start, this is the first time I've been to a movie on a Friday night opener
okay.
in about a
Okay.
year and a half, maybe two.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
So it was nice to go back to that experience, with the boys.
Fair.
And
Which
so that was cool.
I want to
Right,
actually make it
right,
more of
yeah.
a group setting where it's like everybody there. And
Yes.
what I want to do, small note, what I want to do is because renting a theater is pretty cheap. It's
not bad.
it's $100
Yeah,
bucks.
It's affordable now.
So I was like, man, one of these days when a good movie comes out, I want to rent the theater and have everybody come out and just sit and just watch a movie together. I would like to do that.
That's a
so,
dream for me.
but
Or play Mario Kart or some shit. Be like,
or
hey, can we
something,
do
That would be fly
right?
as
Yeah,
fuck.
that'd be dope as fuck, man.
Right.
Please, but don't let it be Nintendo Switch because these big hands can't control.
Oh yeah, it's
the
not
controller.
fun.
No, it's not. But the movie going experience. So let me just say this: I am a huge cinephile. I love movies. I can go to theaters and watch independent films, et cetera, et cetera. So after the pandemic is, we're still in it, but after it's gonna pass a little bit.
with precautions.
Yeah.
Right.
It's pretty safe.
I love
Vaccination.
going to the theaters. when they had blocked off, when you select a seat, they'll block off the seats next to you.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Now that's gone. So niggas can sit next to you anytime and just be like doing all that shit.
And
So
here's the thing: as a big dude, having that window,
I'm telling you.
I love it.
I love it
I'm
too.
telling you.
I
I'm
love
telling
it.
I love it
I
too.
want to take the fucking arms up. And
Right.
All right, I'm good.
I'm
now,
always
baby.
end of the row every time because at least I got one side I ain't got to sit next
Right.
to.
But I will say
And
this.
the problem is I don't have a boo, so I can't take her space. You know, like if I'm with a girl and they have something, I can be like, "Hey, what's up, girl?"
Right, you can lean to that.
I can't. I
Right.
got relatives and you guys,
Yeah.
and I am about to be in Jordan's space, me and him fumbling
Yeah,
for pop.
That's
we
the
all
reason
try to
why I
get
was like
each
kind of
other's
like
space,
saying,
yeah.
where Tommy gonna sit? Because Tommy needs to sit in between two of us.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if
I
I'm
was
sitting
like
next to
this.
Sam, it's like me and Sam, a big
and
man.
I leaned.
Yeah.
I put the thing up. I leaned this.
I did the same
Yeah.
way. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's like that specifically. But I will say this: the theater choice, though, I will say we should go to Tinseltown in Pflugerville because those are recliner seats and they're more spacious. My big ass was
I
hurting
like
in
the
those seats.
recliners.
I'd say it's too erotic for me. I'm gonna be like, am I getting some head at this?
I mean, it's a
Well,
Not
I
with
mean,
you guys. I'm just saying.
Lakeline. It also has reclining seats.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
went to Lake Line. That was fun.
Yeah,
it was,
Lake
it was
Line's
tight
good.
enough. I didn't feel erotic. It was just like,
Right. No, it's
I'm
but
allowed-
you got.
it was a
you got
lounge.
space. You know, that's it.
'Cause you
If
can't-
If you got access to both armrests,
I'm
you're in the
telling
right
you.
place.
Right.
That's the key.
Right, because if
Shit.
you got me leaning in a fucking sofa, I'm gonna be
Right.
like, all right, where's the lady? This is a strip club environment for me
That
at this
is
point.
those are strip clubs.
But
Yellow
but
one?
one where it's about yay size, you get
Yeah.
both hands. They got a little gap,
it was
and
traditional.
you got a button, right?
Yes.
And you go. Zzz.
Right.
And you're good.
And then
You
your
got
legs
enough
kick up a little
space.
extra.
You can breathe. And,
Now,
you know.
the bad, well, not the bad part. One of the theaters I pick, they actually give you a blanket.
Oh fuck that!
Okay.
You're fucked. If it's a bad movie, you're fucked because you're falling asleep
Yeah.
at that point.
I mean, that being said, a dark, cool theater is a nice place
Well,
to
you just
sleep.
paid $30 for
Get a little hand job underneath. I'm just.
Oh my god! Yeah,
Wait,
that's the thing I've thought about. First thing you
I'm sure
said,
that's happened.
they have public blankets.
Yeah, that
people are
I'm concerned.
jerking off on those
Native
blankets.
Americans
that
got
black
wiped
light.
out like that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we'll get
like-
back to that in a little bit.
Oh yeah,
but-
you have a lot to say about something like that.
I'm actually interested in hearing that Native Americans got wiped out by that. What do you mean by
Dirty
that?
blankets, blankets full of smallpox.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Did you not know?
No. I
Oh.
didn't know that. I knew
Oh.
about the other
Well, we'll
massacre.
talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about. I learned you about that on the
But-
post
You did,
credits.
like a
But just the experience specifically. So like I said, going to the theater, they got rid of the spaces. So for me, when I watch a movie, it has to be silent because anything that can happen, like if you're rubbing your hands or doing this, it distracts me immediately.
Or I'm sorry if I may, because it happened plenty of times because they didn't put the volume loud enough. Yeah, I'm pulling on my
Oh no.
fumble!
everywhere. People just spilling all over themselves, and then just like any moment of silence.
Hey,
It's a real emotional
Here we
scene.
go.
At this point, is it ASMR?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
People don't chew with their mouth closed.
Yeah, she had big jaws. So,
Oh, yeah.
so there's a couple sitting next to us, and lo and behold, I'm sitting next to that couple. Now I didn't know
Don't ruin-
Somehow.
Don't ruin the twist.
Right,
Don't ruin the M. Night
I'm not gonna say
Shyamalan
anything.
twist.
So I'm not expecting Tommy or Sammy or Sam to hear it. I'm not expecting them to hear it, but I'm hearing she's commentating on every fucking thing.
Same comments.
Same comments. Oh
goddamn
Lord,
Urkel dog.
God.
Now here's
Oh,
the thing.
shit.
Now here's the thing. I was 3 seats away from that lady.
Yeah.
You,
Right.
me,
Right.
and every so often I'd hear a. I'm like, okay, and I thought it was you guys because you guys were talking during the trailers, and I was like, guys, don't be the stereotype.
Trailer's
Don't,
okay.
don't embarrass me. I know the trailers
are
embarrass
fine.
me. I don't want these awesome white folk to be like, oh, look at these
Minorities,
colors.
yeah.
No, not minorities, colors.
Colors, yeah.
With the R-E-D-S,
Yeah, true.
rids,
True.
color rids.
All melanin down there.
All melanin.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, okay, guys, we have to act like we've been in movie theaters before because I know it's a pandemic and people don't know how to act.
Right.
People don't know how to act nowadays. I'm not saying it's y'all. I'm
Oh,
saying
we'll get
people.
to that. Yeah, you're right.
Nigga, now hold on. Now we are adults. What do you assume that we?
Yeah,
we
what
are
the fuck is
you
that?
assume that we were acting?
You're all like, you're like, oh
Hello?
man, I can't wait for that movie. And I was like,
It
guys,
was the trade. What?
What? Come on, man.
You don't talk during the trailers?
I don't talk during the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
No, you know what?
And Sam's
no,
a gentleman too.
No, your level was higher than trailer. Like, you guys gotta be like, wait till the trailer's done and be like, that shit looks stupid. And then giggle, and then the next trailer
I
kicks
thought
in.
we did that.
Nah, you guys are like,
Room level.
something about Tyree Henry or whatever. I don't know. You guys are saying something.
Oh wait, he expect us to be like in his mind. We were whispering. Like,
Yeah,
I was like this. Hey man, we were listening like
At
this.
the end, after I told you guys to shut the fuck up.
No. Sammy expected us to be like, man, nigga, I don't want to see this movie. Do you want to see this movie, nigga?
Yeah.
That's what Sammy. That's what Sammy expected
didn't
us.
say any of that.
Yeah, he
That's what he
did.
saw. Meanwhile, we were just like,
Racist.
No, that's what they saw. I saw what it was really for.
Just saying,
And I didn't want them to think I would attack you guys because they would have been like, hey, shut up down there.
no, we got it.
And then I would have had to fight and help you guys.
fighting?
I would have fought
We're
for you
not
guys. I would have thrown
savages
down.
here, man.
I would have thrown down for you guys. I'd be like,
Well,
hey,
thank you,
shut the
but-
fuck up. Don't tell my friends to shut up,
we
you
wouldn't
dumb,
have even,
stupid idiot.
We could have de-escalated it.
Oh, why would you want to? I want to fight.
But like,
I
brother-
told you I'm due for a fight.
Like, brother, I don't want to fight. Bring it in.
Yeah,
Come on. Give me
You
a
want
hug.
some popcorn?
and then it gives you. I was one that bought popcorn shit. You bought like a pretzel or something.
No, I bought a hot dog.
Oh,
I got water.
you got what? and you don't
I'm
even
not
like
paying the
fucking
movie theater
popcorn.
prices.
You don't even like fucking popcorn.
Really don't.
Make me so mad.
Yeah, it's not great.
This is my second bowl. I already ate the other bowl.
That's a bowl. That's not a bowl.
It was the only
it's a
thing.
bucket.
It's the only thing I've eaten today.
It's a whole different bucket.
All it's missing is the handles. The handle on there.
What happened to the handles?
Some
be
theaters
handles?
actually do
Yeah,
that.
used to be handles.
Some theaters still do that. I think they do that for the kids though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They do it
For the children.
So, this lady
Yes.
is humming and hollering and hooting, perhaps
Yeah,
the whole time.
the whole time. But
And then I would hear no, but
majority
then
of
there
the
was the
film.
what was the catchphrase that she had though? It was like,
Oh God.
Yeah.
oh God,
Oh Lord.
yeah.
Oh God.
Oh God. Yeah.
and
That
I
was
was,
the
yeah, instead of
catchphrase.
be like, oh man, someone's tying their shoes. Oh God.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever seen that show called The PJs?
Yeah, of course.
Sure,
Eddie
yeah.
Murphy.
You remember the kid Juicy? He was breathing when he talked. That's how she
Oh
talked.
my
Yeah.
God, she did.
She had a problem when she breathed and talked at the same time. I
Right.
said, "Damn, she's talented."
And
Yeah.
here was the thing. So
I would like to get head from her.
so one of them airy ones. But no, but Jordan was right in the fray.
Right.
And I was bothered by it 2 seats away. I was
Right.
like, I looked behind, and the white guys behind me and the white couple, they were like, it ain't us. I was like,
They gave you a look.
word, okay.
You know that white couple ain't saying nothing to
No.
that.
Right.
No.
Sorry. You know that white couple ain't gonna say nothing. But I'm just sitting there the whole time, and she's making phrases. But the one part that made me mad.
All right, and this is a little. Well, it's in the thing.
It's
in the
in the
movie.
thing.
Which now, half a spoiler for a character development.
really,
It's not
'cause
a
it's
spoiler.
everywhere, yeah.
It's
'Cause everybody
everywhere.
knew
It's
about
in
it,
News
yeah.
articles, but go ahead.
So the small spoiler, the kissing scene that everybody has been talking about in the media or whatnot.
Fastos, the homosexual
Right.
eternal.
He kisses his husband or whatnot, and the lady's like, "Oh God!" And I just
The
said,
loudest. That
the
was the
loudest.
loudest, yeah.
And
Oh,
I'm
God.
just like, it's 2021, and we're still doing this in the black community. Like, sister,
Did somebody walk out of the theater?
I think someone. Yeah.
no, wait, because
I think it was a lady complaining, maybe.
no, I think she just walked, like
Okay.
walked out to go
Because
to,
it
walk
happened.
across, okay.
Oh Lord, or oh God.
and then
Yeah.
a few minutes
And then-
later
no,
she left.
Not even
Yeah.
minutes. It was about 30 seconds after a
Really?
white lady hung her head down and was walking in front of the screen.
I saw that.
Elderly. And I don't think she ever came back unless she went up the other
I
side.
don't think she
She
did
probably,
either.
man, she probably went up to the other side because I didn't see her come
I never
back.
saw her come back.
I just talking about. I'm like,
you
did-
on that side, so
right?
you
And I was
were-
like,
yeah.
did she walk out in protest? Because
I don't know.
That's
Kinda-
awful.
She was like, I see how this is going to
So-
go. Because,
Right.
yeah, the M. Night Shyamalan spoiler, I thought she was white this entire time because I didn't look. I'm
oh,
focused on the
she
movie.
sounded country.
She sounded
And
country white
is
as fuck.
is a coin flip.
Yeah, country white as fuck is what I thought in my mind.
Dale, go get me some of them popcorns.
Lights come up. End of movie. Like I said, I'm a mixture of both. I can focus.
Right.
If I focus in, I can drown it
You're
out.
thinking Mama June.
Yes, I'm
Is who
thinking
it
of Mama
is.
June
Right.
like a motherfucker.
Southern-
That was the image I had in my
Southern
head.
blonde, buttery.
Yeah, that was not the image.
It's not the food she makes, just her aura. Buttery.
Paula Deen Buttery.
Shit.
Yeah, no, she was a black lady, and I was like, fuck.
Black
Really?
And that's what I was worried you guys could have been. I didn't want you guys to be
course
seen
you
as
did.
that.
But I would never.
Oh, because I'm a
Let's kill
fucking
that
organ boy.
stereotype.
I'm glad we did, but she made it live on.
Yeah.
She made the stereotype.
Look, 2
what it
steps
is.
forward, 4 steps back with this.
Paul
lady, man.
Abdul,
Yeah.
we come together. Opposites attract. But I'm just saying,
It's like Thanos, perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
I was just like, man, why do we have to feel like we have to make comments through the film? Like, it's not necessary. If you're gonna be that loud, stay your big ass home.
I didn't say anything about big. I said buttery. That was enough for the
Oh,
big.
I'm saying big ass.
No.
She was big ass with big angles.
But, and that was the concern I had. It wasn't that you guys were bad by any means. It was that people in general.
That person.
Because I saw Shang-Chi. And Shang-Chi, people were kind of talking a little much
I've noticed
for
it
my
more
liking.
now, post-pandemic.
Right, and
Yeah.
people were already pretty bad with it before, but now that they've been home watching Suicide Squad, fucking eating popcorn in
Yeah.
their house and throwing popcorn
You've gotten
on the screen,
used to something.
Now they're in public and they don't know how to act
They're
in
acting
public.
that way, yeah.
Right, they've been trained for the last year to be like, I can comment on
You,
movies.
you give them far too much credit because if you're, even before the pandemic, if you're that type of person, and then you go into the movie theater, it's like, stay your ass at home. We are now streaming movies on streaming services. So if you're going to be talking throughout the whole movie, stay your big ass
But
at
I
home.
want to watch the Turtles from the Marvel movies. It's not on streaming.
Well, you better find a good pirate to fucking bootleg your shit.
Right.
Stay out of
Stay
the
your
fucking
big
theater.
ass at home.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Why are you looking at yourself? Look at them.
I love looking at myself. Look, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
This is us. This is them.
I'll look at both of y'all. Look, hey, ladies and gentlemen of America, please listen to me, okay? You can be fat or you can be annoying, but you can't be fat and annoying. It cancels itself out.
To be fair, the boyfriend was skinny. He was annoying as
No,
fuck,
the
too.
boyfriend had a gut too, okay?
Wait. Where does that put me? I'm a little concerned.
You're just fat.
Thank you.
But here's the
I
thing.
can fix fat. I can't
know,
fix
yeah.
annoying.
But I'm just saying, like I said, finally, America, listen to me. I know obesity was huge during the pandemic. I get it. But if you have a problem where you're talking to the movie or you can't close your mouth when you chew or you got big ass jaws, stay your fat ass at home and leave it for folks that can actually act appropriate in the public, okay? Just do that. Can y'all do that for once? I am just tired of people
what's funny?
talking through the fucking movie.
Hold on,
That's what-
hold on. The views of Jordan do not the views of the entire Mexcellence.
Very true.
Send all your hate mail to me.
To this guy.
I'll fight a bitch or two.
But you know
Okay?
what's funny? Is that impression of that quintessential person who interrupts the movie, the chewing the popcorn, loud the whole nine. They can look normal outside of the theater. When they go in, they turn into that person, like a werewolf.
Right,
kinda.
yeah.
It's kind of like a fucking werewolf.
It's like a thing where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, everyone's gonna be a normal, civilized human being,
Yeah.
and then the lights cut down just a little bit, and they're just
like outside the theater, she was
And-
Zoe
and can I-
Kravitz.
And can I
Inside, not so
also
much.
add, I know a few of us may have done this before, where we sneak food into. I may sneak
they
some
can do
candy
that
in there.
anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you still can because nobody's gonna check your pockets.
Yeah, they're
No,
not.
they're not gonna run. They're not gonna run your
Man,
pockets.
they're paying these kids $12 an hour. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they really
Look,
don't give a shit.
Part of my experience.
Yeah.
I like my popcorn, clearly.
Clearly.
My second bucket,
You got some in your beard,
You got a kernel in your beard.
right? So usually when you go
Yeah.
to the stands, you can get a combo. You get the popcorn and the drink, or a popcorn drink and a candy or
Something
whatever.
else, nachos,
So I go up to the
whatever you gotta
teenager, probably young 20-year-old. That's really who the people who are working there now are. Young
Yeah.
college kid. And I was like, yeah, can I get a large drink and a large popcorn? If you got a combo, just combo it up. He's like, we don't have combos.
What happened? They used to.
I was like, oh shit, I guess they're just like trying to get as much money. There's no
Yeah.
discounts anymore for these
Oh.
people. But the way he said it, he was like, there's no combos, you fucking dipshit. Like, why are you even fucking asking me?
Yeah.
I get paid $12 an hour. Why the fuck are you asking me to do extra shit?
You know what the interesting thing is though? Not at this theater, but at Tinseltown, because of the pandemic, they actually lower the prices because you can't get refills.
So no refills.
There's no refills at Tinseltown.
Okay.
But they still lower the prices so that way it's like accommodating.
Kinda
Right,
balance
in a way.
itself
yeah,
out,
it's
yeah.
still, they're still cutting
I didn't know you
profit.
could get refills until you told me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
large
yeah.
They don't
popcorns, you get a
exactly
refill.
advertise it.
Yeah,
Of
no,
course
it's
not,
a
no.
classic thing. It's
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like it's a tale passed
Grandfathered
down
in, yeah.
from generation to
Yeah.
generation. My mom loves popcorn,
The
and
oldest hat.
that's where I got
Yeah.
it.
Okay. I
don't
So
think
my
you can go
mom
to a
would,
movie
we would eat the
without
popcorn
popcorn.
or eat as much.
Yeah.
Dump it. Well, actually, no. We get 2 popcorns, 6 kids, 6 people.
Right.
We'd eat them, and then we'd fill both of them up. We'd have popcorn for the next day.
Pass it around like a collection plate at church.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh no, my mom.
That's a hack.
And
You need
movie
to
theater
tell people
popcorn.
that shit.
A1. You can't.
you know,
I'm not gonna
it's-
buy the
it's-
fucking
it's
machine.
its own- no, fuck microwave especially. Fuck
Right.
microwave popcorn.
Fuck a microwave popcorn.
If I hate popcorn, but if I eat it, it's got to be movie theater.
Yeah, you ate it. It was
course.
buttery and delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's get to the
But we're watching this
Hold on,
movie.
But just saying, just going back to what I was saying before, where we snuck candy in before, I snuck in like 1 pack of candy. This couple had a damn plethora.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I didn't
Of
even notice
candy.
that. They had Halloween candy?
They had some sort of Skittles. Some was rattling where there was a miscellaneous of candy
Oh,
over
one
there.
of the-
Right.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
the mini
And-
M&Ms.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then of course, some big people we can't eat we sloppy when we eat. Looking down, she had popcorn, Skittles, Reese's, and I'm like, damn.
You dropped a whole Reese's cup.
She had them Reese's bites, them little
that's
like
Halloween.
Skittles.
Oh, yeah.
She had those specifically, and I'm like, damn, no wonder your ankles are swole. You on diabetes, bitch. Like, goddamn.
No,
There's
but
hatred between Jordan and this woman.
he made a whole narrative for this whole thing. No, she's grabbing popcorn, just throwing it in her face.
She's like,
Just.
look,
Made me
But she
mad.
has big jaws, so she could
She
catch
did.
more.
look,
She did.
don't-
Jabba jaw.
Everybody forgive Jordan, you know. This
No,
woman
don't
put
forgive
him
me.
through-
Send
he's
me the
angry.
hate.
He's angry.
This man has not left the house
And I
in 3
get it.
days.
Goddamn.
Came out
A whole
Angry
week.
think
to enjoy a movie
This woman,
experience.
Bedroom smell like skin. Okay?
this woman was fucking terrible.
Man.
Very bad.
Fucking terrible. The worst kind of person.
Yeah.
Literally.
And next to us, not
Yeah.
3 rows down.
No, literally
back,
next to us.
us.
Yeah, yeah.
What luck?
What luck. But the movie that we saw somewhat distracted from her, I suppose.
Somewhat.
It amped her up sometimes when it came to any type of, any scene involving Fastos who
Right.
is gay.
Who's a homosexual?
Yeah, and she freaked the fuck out. You could say gay.
Yeah. I can't. I realize that I quote Chappelle enough, and the fact that liking Chappelle is now a personality, I can't fuck
Yeah,
with it.
when it comes to that subject, definitely not. Yeah, right.
Right? Because what did he say? Yeah, he's like that guy. Oh, was it? How come it's Will and Grace? He's homosexual. He says it like that, and so
Yeah.
I say
Yeah, don't
homosexual
do
like
that.
that. I can't anymore. I can't because fucking
You kind of couldn't before, I'm sure.
ruining.
But
Homosexual's a word. It's fine.
It's a word, but just say gay. It's
Fine.
like I don't like being called African American. It's kind of condescending. Call me black.
whatever.
And call it a day.
Whatever. He's black and
Anywho,
gay.
Chicano American. It's annoying. Anywho,
This is wrong.
but yeah, no. So yeah, she was terrible. But the movie we saw was interesting, and I told you something, and I told you. So we're getting into it now,
Yes, non-spoiler section for now.
and I will say this: Marvel, look at me, Marvel. I know you watch us, because who doesn't?
Yeah.
Marvel, from my heart to you. Fuck you.
Oh.
Fuck you up and down, Marvel. You suck. And I hope you fail miserably
Up in the sphincter.
life.
What?
So much. I hope they fail.
Why?
I hope they go bankrupt. That would be great.
What is it? What is?
That would be fantastic.
What is
Why
happening?
do they get the F you?
Okay, see, I assume you and all you think is because I hated the movie. I did not. I
Okay.
actually found a lot in this movie. Because if you look on Rotten Tomatoes, it's probably like at like 48%.
Yeah,
now.
it's not doing well.
Not doing well. The reason I say fuck Marvel is because the movie I saw and what I was reading, it's very, it's all over the place. So I'm like, I can't pinpoint what to even expect from this.
Okay.
Right, I'll tell you the truth, fucking truth.
Yeah.
I read the Wikipedia plot synopsis. I read it once, and I go, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm still gonna go see it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who all these people
It's
are.
already,
And
and
that's
I'll
it.
get into the history of the Eternals, but first, the fuck you is just because I'm like, all right, I don't know what to expect. I know the director who made this 40, I figured, but look at the audience.
the audience,
score.
86.
86,
That's
audience
exactly,
49.
that's about right. Look, going into this movie, I didn't know what to expect. I just knew what I knew, and I went off of that. I know who directed it, which is Chloe Zhao, who literally just won the Oscar last year
For
Best
Nomad,
Director.
Nomadland,
Yeah,
Nomadland, yeah, Nomadland, yeah.
Great director. I've seen her other film, The Rider, fantastic. She's great. She's amazing. So I'm like, it's no way she can make a movie that's this bad. I can't see that.
Right.
You know what? She didn't.
She did
But
not.
you know what happened? People went in with that dumb fucking Marvel mindset. Like, oh, I need to see lights in the motherfucking sky. I need to see that same bullshit we've been seeing for 10 goddamn, a decade of the same bullshit.
Right.
And this movie did everything differently. Does it have its flaws? Yes, it does. But the idea, the theme, what she was trying to get across, I think she got the fuck across.
Right.
And I'm like, it's parts of this movie that truly are beautiful. It's just
Right.
beautiful. The themes are beautiful. The acting is beautiful. The scenery is beautiful. The direction is beautiful. It's beautiful. And you see the goal. You see what she was doing. You see this movie, do not look at it as a Marvel movie. That is the advice I would give.
It actually felt like a drama more than the
absolutely.
action.
You know what it felt like? As a millennial, it felt like it was paced in a way of kind of like those old 90s epics, like Dances with the Wolves, Forrest Gump.
Okay.
Those type of movies to where we used to watch those movies.
Right.
They were
We
long
like,
as fuck.
Yeah, we were like, oh, this is
Titanic,
normal. Yeah.
Like,
There's action thrown into it to appease people who like
right,
action, but there was
mostly
more
just
drama.
It was
You know,
mostly drama.
talking about humankind.
Exposition.
Talking.
Yes.
characters. We have 7. Was it 1, 2, 3?
It's a lot of them. It's a shitload of them.
10 characters we need to get to know.
that we have to
and
know.
they successfully made me care about at least 8 of them.
Yeah,
not 7 of them.
They didn't nail all of them.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
didn't
There's a
nail
couple people
all-
that
they
got
nailed
left. I was
some,
like,
Fucking 10.
I was like, oh, Speedster, she's here now.
Yeah.
She's kind of dope.
She's all right. She can't, I hadn't seen her in like 45
Yeah,
minutes,
she's-
but hey,
yeah.
but she's cool. Like she has her own specific kind of, traits to where you're like, all right, I really don't need to know that much
Shit.
about her to like her.
There's 10 Eternals. All you need is 12, and you can just recreate Beat It. I mean, there's a lot of fucking Eternals to, like Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Don't forget, like a whole group going. It's like a whole K-pop group going on here.
It's the original Menudo. Right? Like, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Like
Super group.
It's a super group. And it's like, okay, already you have 10 characters you have to
Accommodate and
Right.
know.
And I know most of their names. I usually
Right.
fucking forget.
I was like, I'm not going to remember some. It's like 2 or 3 I don't remember.
So here we go.
Actually, it's
Let's go
maybe
down.
only one I don't know the
Yeah,
name
so
of.
there's
Yeah.
a fast, speedy lady. I forgot her name.
That's the one I don't know.
Yeah. Angelina Jolie. That's
Athena.
Athena.
I think
Ajax.
Athena.
Yeah. Ajax, Salma
Kumail
Hayek.
Nanjiani.
Oh, he was Kingo.
Oh yeah,
Kango.
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 Chloe Zhao. No,
No,
not
that's
Chloe Zhao.
Jimmy Chan.
Jimmy Chan.
Jimmy
but
Chan.
Cersei.
Cersei.
Right.
Gilgamesh. Sprite.
Don Lee.
Droog. No, I'm sorry. That's the main character guy.
Droog is there,
Droog is right in the back.
Droog's okay.
and the
that's
Droog's bitch ass.
Icarus. No, that's Icarus. See, you don't
Icarus.
fucking
Yeah, fuck Well, the silhouettes are not helping me. I'm sorry.
no,
you
hold
do
on, so
know the
hold on.
name.
One of them was named Sprite. I was like, what is the other one gonna be? Lean? Like,
No, no.
7 Up. No, we had to.
Mountain Sierra missed. Fuck it.
There you go. You had to complete it.
Squirt?
No.
Oh no.
There we go. Here we go. Let's see here.
That's
Yeah. So Fastos,
Fastos, yeah.
Athena, Gilgamesh,
Icarus.
Icarus, Cersei,
Cersei,
Ajax, Sprite, Droog,
Droog,
Lady,
Kingo.
and Kingo.
Wait.
Who the fuck is Lady? Hold on.
It starts with the T, I believe.
Yeah.
She's deaf, by the way. She's actually deaf in real life.
That's dope.
Yeah. So
Makari.
yeah.
They said
Oh,
her. They said her name like 3
That's
times.
a simple name. We should have remembered that.
Yeah, they said her like 3 times.
To be honest, she's the one you get the least of.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes
Because,
MIA.
because if you have a fast character, they're just gonna be super
Yeah,
powered.
it's the Flash. She
Flash.
literally wears
It
the
was literally
Flash's colors.
Flash,
So yeah,
yeah.
she's the Flash.
Right.
Yeah.
She can kick some ass though.
Yeah, she's absolutely.
She gave him the
her
business.
action scenes were pretty fun.
Right,
Yeah,
and so
she
yeah, let's
gave
talk
him
about the
business.
action scenes because like,
It's not that much.
well, yeah, so that's the thing. So people are gonna come into this movie,
Right.
They think Marvel movie, and
That's
they
it.
go, like you said, explosions in the sky,
That's it.
big
Lots of lights.
things going into things. Now, I bring it back to a conversation we had earlier in our group chat, which was our friend Key, who hated this movie. He was talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Yes.
And he shared a scene with us halfway, not even real spoilers for the Guardians of the Galaxy game for PS5,
Right.
but it had a moment between Drax and,
Rocket.
no, not even Rocket.
It's in Quill, yeah.
Quill.
Oh, Peter.
And they spent about 5 minutes in this scene talking and what Drax? Sorry, I forgot his name.
Okay.
Drax was talking about his family and his family's fate,
Right.
and the lore behind what they believe in
all
heaven and
know.
hell on his planet.
Yeah.
And it is a 5-minute conversation in the middle of this video game, and Key was like, "How come they don't have this in the movies? How come they
he was
can't?"
like, this is emotion.
This is emotion. I almost teared up playing this video game. And I'm like, because people don't want to hear people talking. They don't want to spend the movies don't want to spend the time
Exposition.
because they have 30 characters
Yes.
to be like, hey, we
We
got
get
to
to
make
know them as
everybody
people.
care.
Yes.
And in this movie, they were like, this is
She
too-
stripped the formula away.
Right. This is
Yeah.
there's 3 hours of movie that we have, almost 3 hours of
Yep.
movie, and there's gonna be like 4 fight scenes,
Maybe
and
4. They're good, but-
and they're solidly shot.
Yes.
They're well lit, sure, whatever.
Right.
But the fact is that they cut through the bullshit and they're like, these are superheroes. Super strong guy. Laser blast eye.
They all got
Fast
the
girl.
powers, yeah.
Swordswoman.
The smartest man in the world.
Yeah, projection man, mind control man. It was just every generic superpower. You don't care about their superpowers.
You don't care.
You
No,
fucking care
because you've seen it
because
already.
everybody has them.
You've seen it a million times.
Right.
Yeah.
You've seen Cyclops. You've seen Superman. You've
Yes.
seen the Flash. You've seen all of them.
all the same.
Except
powers,
it never
yes.
got old that Gilgamesh punching the shit out of everything.
gauntlet.
His
Can
little
I
power
just say
gauntlet.
that scene where they're at I forgot where they're at.
The gates,
The
yeah.
gates.
Yeah.
And he just backhand. I'm like, that's a pure pimp slap.
I love him. He was one of my
that was
favorite
best.
fucking
So
characters.
Gilgamesh, and I had a friend who was upset that they cast Gilgamesh as that actor. I forgot his
Why?
name. Because
Don Lee.
Huh?
Don Lee is his
Don
name.
Lee.
Yeah.
Because my friend is Assyrian, and Gilgamesh is an Assyrian legend.
Right.
That's like making Thor black.
yeah.
It's like Nordic have rights. I'm like, oh, that's
I'd be
kind of
okay with
weird.
that.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. But
And if you're not okay with it, you're racist.
fine. Let's see. What would be an equivalent? Let's
Well, he will be upset with the whole entire cast because if I'm not mistaken, Eternals is they diversify this and regender some of these characters.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
legends that
but,
you would
but
know.
that's just
Yeah.
before.
Right.
Like when you
Okay.
hear the announcement, Gilgamesh is specifically Assyrian god. But the way the movie portrays everything is like, oh no, these
That's
are
what
just
you
a
thought, yeah.
multicultural, diverse group of gods. They're essentially the Greek gods. They're the Greek gods.
It's Marvel Bible is what
Right.
it is.
Yeah.
It's
And-
exactly what it is.
Right. And the events of those stories happen in the locations. So that was Assyria, that Mesopotamia area. The legend of Gilgamesh was rooted from this guy who just happens to be Korean.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my God, that's kind of fucking cool.
Yes.
And so, but anyway, whoa, what the fuck?
What happened there?
That's a good one.
Okay.
You guys have seen my dirty house? That was weird.
How did that happen?
Ghost, maybe?
Had to be, right? Like I'm trying to
Someone
figure-
called Scooby Doo.
That was bizarre.
That was bizarre. Yeah.
Does it do that automatically?
Never done that before.
Now you know.
Yeah, it wrecked.
It was the soul of Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh. He's like, I'm Assyrian. God damn
I'm
it.
here. Yeah.
I'm here. He punched the shit out of my fucking. That was weird.
That was bizarre.
That's kind of terrifying.
Well, you got to stay here. We don't.
That's fine.
Continue.
So the fact that they have all these legends and
Yeah.
rooted from, and we'll get into that a little
love
bit.
that, yeah.
So we don't spoil too much, but the fact that you just had these fighting kind of no-name monsters.
They were monsters. That's
Right,
what they are.
and they're what they call
Deviants.
deviants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're vicious. Like this, they're not scary. They are.
Right.
Like it's even a little Revenant moment in this bitch to where it's like, oh damn, is this character gonna get out of this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does it right.
Right.
It's just paced out in a way to where
It's
Right.
it's a mature. That's how I describe. This is
Yeah.
for a mature audience.
I'm not taking a 10-year-old. I'm not taking my nephew to see
And
this.
because
No.
there's a sex scene in here that it was more.
Wait,
thrusting
wait,
than I
but
thought.
I'm
There was-
sorry.
there
Wait.
was some
Wait
thrusting.
a minute.
Thrusting.
I'm sorry. When they were hyping that up and saying, "Oh, this is the first Marvel movie that actually includes sex," I was like, "Okay."
Because we had seen Tony Stark bed that girl, and we saw her wearing a shirt in
That's
the
all.
bed. Yeah, but that was him fucking.
But again, it's like they're making a hype about this sex scene. I'm just like, oh, okay, they just laying on top of each other, butt naked. Oh, okay.
Jordan,
Jordan, that was thrusting.
there was thrusting.
I saw a little bit of thrusting, but it's,
there was thrusting. There was eye contact,
Yes.
and there was a smidgen of man ass. Just a smidgen,
that.
a little back dimple at the very least.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't
On
like
the IMAX, you can see some man ass,
Look,
but on the regular,
I'm sorry. When Marvel does a sex scene like Monsters Ball, then come talk to me. I don't care about that. That weak ass sex scene they are hyped up. I don't care about that.
Hey,
I don't care.
I'm
It's
just
like-
saying, Jordan. I've seen the scene, never seen the movie. Sorry, just gotta say.
Hey,
want to.
you
Well, I
don't
was
need
like,
you
you
don't
do
need
not
to see.
want to.
I was like,
It got all I know is that sex scene got Halle Berry her Oscar. That's it.
I was
Billy Bob
16. I was
throwing
16.
balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 16 when I Googled it and waited for the super long live leak video.
There you go.
Yeah, dude, I guess
That's all you need to
That
do.
movie is a downer.
I haven't seen
You
it.
don't want to see that shit.
Hello.
Key is back after the haunted spooky
Hi,
fucking
Key.
camera. I'm
Hi,
freaked
Key.
out about that camera now.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
a
freaked out.
weird
That was
thing.
bizarre.
At the very least, it's not a ghost, but at the very least, it's a fucking malfunction, and I don't like that.
Either or not good.
Either way, not good.
Rather it be the malfunction than
Right.
the malfunction if it's smooth. But no, this is it was the thrust. If it gave me
The
Titanic
thrust.
vibes to where I'm like, okay, this is a little over PG-13.
Yeah, it's a
If
little
he would have
slap.
thrust it a little harder,
TVMA.
She would've moaned.
guarantee
If she
you,
would've
she would've
moaned.
moaned when she looked like she was close to.
You're right.
Yeah. He looked like he
was
about
like,
to hit
don't do
that
that.
second hole. Be like, oh.
Also, I don't want to spoil anything, but
Yeah.
but they gave him sex organs and genitals and stuff.
Give 'em
But anyway,
all, yeah.
I'm
But
just
like,
saying.
yeah, nope. So already I'm like, okay, so this is already different.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, no, this is for mature audiences, man. It's for people who have that in them, that
Right.
watching dances
That's
with
fair.
Wolves, Titanic, you know,
Right.
Forrest Gump. We
Right.
still have that in us. So it's just like, that's what it reminded me of. I'm like, I'm not expecting action here.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've already said, it's
It's a lane-
exposition city.
yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, so I'm just expecting to hear, I'm expecting to see a story. And if you go in it that way, it's a lot better, I feel like the disappointment level will drop if you have those, disclaimers going in.
It's a risk. And what I mean by that is we're used to the Marvel format.
Yes,
we're
which is why
used
I
to
said
that.
fuck
Right.
them. Yeah, they fucked us all up.
So if you're taking the risk of saying, I'm going to not do the format, I'm going to try something completely different. Now, we're not going to say it's going to work. It may not work.
It's got to be
Right,
experiment.
right.
They said
But if you-
Shang-Chi was the experiment. No, this was the experiment.
Right. So if you're willing to take that risk of saying, I'm not going to do the Marvel format, I'm going to do something completely different, make this a drama. There are going to be action scenes that satisfy people who like action.
Keep the pacing going.
Keep the pacing going. But I'm going to make this more about a drama and learn more about the history of the Eternals, because no one knew about the Eternals. I didn't
right.
know
I had
shit
no
about the
fucking idea.
Eternals at all.
They're very confusing.
This is another Guardians of the Galaxy situation for me where I didn't know about the
It's
Guardians.
even
Right.
more-
I didn't know that
It's
either.
about on par with that too. Yeah, that's like I know a good amount about comics. I'm not an expert.
Yeah.
Right.
Ed definitely knows more than me. But like
Right.
I know a little bit about the Eternals, and yeah, like they go through the whole kind of history of why they
Right.
were created.
Right.
And like what even knowing it and watching it, I'm like, okay, no, this lost me. I'm lost now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, but I know this. Like I know the history of it. And it confused me then. This is confusing me. It's a wash. I'll just, I'll go with it.
Just keep watching it.
Yeah, I'll roll with it.
You'll get
it
it eventually.
explains everything.
Yeah.
You just have to pay attention.
Right.
Yeah, it would require multiple viewings to really get it, but it's like it gets you get it enough. Celestials
right.
made the Eternals, sent them off to do this shit.
Right.
and
To kill the deviants.
Kill the
humans
deviants.
to kill the deviants so the humans can
can
thrive.
grow and
But it kind of felt like Loki. You know how Loki was traveling back in time, but they were like, you can't interfere. You'll
Throw
create
off the
another
timelines,
timeline, or
yeah.
you'll create another timeline specifically. When I was watching this film, and I figured out that, the whole situation with the bad guy and whatnot, I kept thinking, this feels like Injustice 2. Have you ever played that game,
I did.
Injustice 2?
Many a
A
time.
little bit.
Where it's like you had to choose between Superman or Batman.
Yes.
That's how this felt specifically with the comparison of this film. But another thing is,
real quick, can I say something?
Yes.
They mentioned Superman a lot in this. Can they get sued for that?
No.
But they did just acknowledge that DC exists
Yeah.
in the Marvel
Yeah, that is
universe.
true.
Yeah,
That
as
is
does
true.
Star
Superman,
Wars.
Dad, it's
Yes.
Superman. I don't have a cape, that
Yeah,
shit
that
like
was
that.
in the trailers.
Yeah.
But you're looking at the different monsters and beings fighting each other, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit. Like, as you see the trailer with the fucking deviant man guy, and like, what the
Right.
fuck powers
Four
does he's
eyes.
got, right?
Yeah.
And so the thing about that, so you cut the action is serviceable and
all
it's
it is.
generic and,
To make it a
and
Marvel
fine.
movie. Yeah.
And then you get a lot of, like you said, a lot of fucking exposition, just
Tons.
setting up the world. But the part that I enjoyed the most was the fact that they just let people talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they were just
That's why I
talking.
liked it.
And the thing was that there was
But
strife.
they were saying something.
No, there
Yeah.
was strife and tension and problems that needed to be resolved that didn't have to do with punching.
Dare I
Right,
say, everything
right.
you do go to a Marvel movie for, except it's not handled with CGI and
Right.
it's handled simply with, most of the time, just with words.
Right, so
the
like-
conflict is within words and arguments, and these people, and they gel.
Go back to Civil War.
Yeah.
Or Civil War is Tony Stark and Captain America were at odds about
Beefing.
the Sokovia Accords. And they go, yeah, I don't think that it should be this way. I think we should fall under the government. And they're like, nah, the government's going to be set tripping. I don't like that shit. And so they fought in an airport. They're like, there's no way we could do this.
They gathered their gang in West Side Story. That
They were,
shit.
you know,
We love you, yeah.
when I'm an Avenger, you're an Avenger. And so fucking Black Panther was there.
Yeah.
And it was a ball.
It's a party.
Right. Spider-Man. Hey, everyone. And so in this movie,
Yeah.
there's a similar conflict amongst the team.
Yes.
And the team was like, so what do you think we should do? I don't know, man. We should do this. I don't really agree with you, motherfucker. I think that's the wrong idea. No, I think we should do this because of this, this, and this. And they're having
valid reasons.
real
both
valid
sides,
reasons
yeah.
on both sides.
And besides that, the dilemma that they're having, that's a moral dilemma, which I love moral dilemmas
Right.
in movies.
That was like, what was
It's
it,
like, well,
5-10
fuck,
minutes
I don't-
of the
yeah.
film where they're just conversing with each other. Just say, okay,
Debating, yeah.
Right.
we've been following you for the longest, and this is what's going on. I know our mission was this, but we're kind of questioning the mission at this particular point.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. I don't want to go into
There's
spoilers.
some,
but I'm
there's
just
some
saying.
concerns. There's
Yeah.
new facts that we have to take into account for.
Yes.
What do we do? Do we stay the path or do we go a different direction?
Yeah.
And so, but the thing is
There are
that
valid reasons on both sides.
right,
Right,
and
yeah.
that's
Right.
about with an hour left of the movie.
Right.
And it's a 2 hour and 36-minute movie. So in that first hour and 36 minutes, you're getting to know these characters. You're getting to know each other's interrelationships with each
How
other.
long they've been around,
How long they've
the
been
things they've
around.
done.
Where they've been. What things they've seen. Because there's now, and this is another thing that's going to concern some people, is the flashback building.
I
was fine
didn't
with
like.
that.
I think,
no.
yeah. So the movie is not told linearly, somewhat linearly, but it'll go back for flashbacks, and so you'll do modern day, cut back to a time, modern day, cut back to a time,
Right.
and some people don't like strange things. So the average
Is that strange though?
yeah, movie going popcorn man going, where's Tony Stark?
Oh yeah. So the lady next to him.
Where's the Avengers?
No, just
Where's the Avengers?
Yeah.
Right.
That shit.
the whole flipping back and forth. I was just like, can we? I
How
guess
else would you have done it?
tell it straightforward. I guess I don't know.
I don't think that would have.
I don't
No?
think you can tell the story. I think you vignette it where you do that, where you do all the cutbacks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is what a movie would do.
Yeah.
A stupid
I think
movie
we're
would
on the
do.
same page,
A
yeah.
stupid movie would go, here's 20 minutes of them living throughout history until they get
And they would've montaged
until they
it.
get into conflict.
Yeah.
And then they go, okay, we're in conflict, cut to modern day.
Right.
Got
They would have
it.
montaged the fuck
They would have
out of
montaged
it.
the fuck out of it,
Yeah.
and you would have not got to know their relationships.
Right.
You would have not gotten to know what they like about each other, what
Yeah.
they dislike
That's
about
fair.
each other.
That's fair.
You know what I feel like they should have done is introduce a character, and when they introduce that character, send them to a completely different time period and see a story of them then. So you
Okay.
could have covered a lot more. Like, it's hard to do. Honestly, like, look, I'm not...
But it would have sounded
Why
like
was-
As a writer, that's hard to fucking
Why would
do.
they make the decision to do it this way is difficult already.
Pacing is what I'm thinking.
Right.
Just
But you had to go through a
pacing.
whole group.
Right.
you
Yeah,
know.
it's 10 of these motherfuckers.
Right, and so that's the thing. It's like, do you cut a person or do you? And you, I don't think
They
you
kind of
can.
did.
Can I
They
just
did.
say one gripe that I did have
Yes.
was that Paul, the part where they're in the woods and the young redhead girl
Yes,
is
right.
talking
Right.
to,
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Just- yeah,
Could you-
like-
yeah. And they're talking specifically, and he throws in, you think I didn't know, that you like this guy? You think I didn't know? And then later on, it comes back to him because now she's like, I'm going to go with you now. Did you get that part? Like they
Yeah,
threw
yeah.
it in at the last minute.
Yeah, there were some things that were underdeveloped in that
Yeah.
regard.
Right.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
like-
couldn't really explain it too well, but I just
feel that, yeah.
There's
without spoiling
here's the
it.
problem with the movie that I found consistently, which was I think they emphasized the wrong things too long.
Right.
I think
can feel
I
that.
think that you could,
think
if
you're
you're
right.
going to use this time, there's different ways you can allot it to make it a little more effective.
And I wish they could have hinted in the beginning of the film, so that way it didn't
it
feel like
kinda come
somebody
out of
threw it out.
fucking
Or
nowhere.
make it
You're right, yeah.
obvious. Or
Right.
make-
Yeah, it does come out of nowhere. You're right.
There are
Yeah.
certain things that are very obvious about certain characters. There are very certain things that are subtle.
Yeah.
Kumail Nanjiani's character,
There's his name.
He's probably my favorite.
fantastic
Oh my God,
character.
he's amazing.
Good
yes.
character. Yeah.
He carries.
He's the Aquafina of this film.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
You know exactly what he does, what he's about, and he gets the time that he speaks. Everything he says is very tight.
Yeah.
Nothing he says is out of
His
character.
character's not wasted. One
Right.
moment
Right.
he's on screen.
Fair.
Right, Droog. He is moody as fuck. He'll go.
I wanted
one
to
way.
see more of him.
I think he's one of the more interesting ones.
Absolutely.
But he had this thing where he'd go one way or other. It was
Yeah,
Right.
very thin.
His pendulum swung heavy on one side.
He can
or
be
the
an
other.
antagonist or a protagonist. He
Yes,
can be either
easily.
or.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why I found him so interesting.
Also, Angelina Jolie is still, after all these years, mesmerizing.
look,
Let me
like,
tell you something.
beautiful is one thing, but
She is.
mesmerizing.
She is Sammy. But Sammy, though, this is Marvel. You saw what they did with Lawrence Fishburne and Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer. They did that a little bit to her.
I mean,
Wait,
A little bit.
you know
They
what?
actually did just a little bit, though, yeah.
Because I saw her in the what was that movie she did that came on HBO Max?
In the wood, I forgot what the fuck it's
Yeah,
called,
she looked beautiful in that. Like
No, she
she
still
doesn't
looks great.
age.
Yeah.
She
No,
looks
But to
great
go from
as
being
well.
a former model to an actress, it's like she still looks great.
Right.
She's like 50, yeah. So
Yeah, no,
looks
she, and
amazing.
she was doing a lot of stunts. She's very physical.
She looks
and
beautiful
you
as a
know what I
blonde.
liked about her character? She is a supporting character like a motherfucker.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
go into this thinking
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, it's an Angelina Jolie film. They may be selling it as that shit.
Uh-huh.
No,
Yeah.
she is not the star.
Right.
She plays a supporting character role, but to perfection, greatly.
And-
I think she knows how to pull it back.
She does. They let other
she's
people
been a
shine,
lead actor,
yeah.
but I can pull it back.
She
I've been in
pulls
the
it back
acting
and
game
lets
for a
others
while. Yeah,
shine.
that's
It's like, oh, you are so flawed. Like, you are not a main character.
And
here.
what's delightful about it is that not only is she able to pull back, but I don't think Angelina Jolie has that leading stuff like
Anymore?
the juice. Well, not even anymore. It was more like, okay, you got the Mr. and Mrs. Smith, whatever. Tomb Raider was kind of weird. What other? And
was
she's
whack.
and she's in other dramas and stuff. But I'm talking about
She's
action.
great when she does. Yeah, action, not so much.
Not so much. So
Salt, maybe.
So the fact
Yeah.
that they were able to condense her and get just
Her best part.
just
the best of her.
Right. So
Yeah.
instead of having all of Angelina Jolie and be like, oh, this is a good fruit, right? This is a good, let's say an apple or whatever, right?
Right.
And you cut it down to just the sweetest portion of her acting and her ability. She works marvelously,
Mm-hmm. All of it.
and her character is
It's
so
complicated and amazing.
conflicting and complicated. And there's a little touch of like mental illness element to
Yes,
her
it
as
is.
well.
It's a lot of allegories.
And it
in
was
this movie.
really
It's a ton of them. Yeah.
beautiful how it was handled.
I thought so too.
she's the most relatable character.
It
to me.
really is. Yeah.
Because it's like, what do I do? I already know what's going to happen.
Right. Oh, easy.
I know.
Yeah, I know you're yeah, no, we'll get to the spoiler
That's
stuff.
what I'm
No, but she has some insight.
Right,
She knows
she has
about
insight.
she
She's
knows about the
confident.
Things other
divergence in
characters
the
don't. Yeah.
Right.
And so she has to carry this weight of knowledge.
But not only that, she's suffering from something from a
Right, from mad. Let's say madness. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Mad Weary.
Yeah.
Which is what they call
It's
which
dumb
is
mad
kinda
weird,
fun.
yo.
Mad Lib.
It sounds like some shit they were saying Peaky Blinders, but yeah, no.
She got the mad weird.
But yeah, it's an issue, and it is a serious fucking issue, and it's handled in a way. Okay, fuck. The closest character to her in your generic Marvel universe would be the Hulk.
Yeah.
Honest to God, that's
Yeah.
the closest thing.
Yeah.
And you see how Marvel typically handles that, which is still kind of an allegory for mental health in a way too.
Right, but it's more like look at the
in
shiny
this.
object, Hulk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
distraction.
I feel like it was kind of a jab at that because it's a thing that two characters do that's similar to something involving the Hulk that you wouldn't connect it unless you really think about it.
Yeah.
But it's like this is handled so fucking beautifully. You feel emotion.
Right.
You feel it.
Right.
And it's not done with action and just crazy shit. It's done with two people or a group of people talking and you just
discussing.
seeing the feeling and how they're vulnerable and how they'll show themselves to this person, maybe not this person.
Right.
Just
And
little
and-
fuck. This is not for children.
Right. I'm liking it more and more the more we talk about
Right.
it. The fact that they all kind of are fucking annoyed with each other, but love each other deeply.
are family.
and
It's
you know
family.
that,
It's true
and you can
family.
feel that. So
Fuck
like when
a
they're
Fast
having
and Furious. I want an Eternals family.
right, because like then you got the Mexican mother, Ajax, holding it all together.
Oh, Selma
Selma
Hayek.
Hayek, baby. I couldn't go too long without speaking about her.
Can I just say this? The whole time I saw her, I kept thinking, introducing Santiago Pandemonium. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I kept thinking that the whole time. She is beautiful, and
gorgeous.
she's close to 60.
Yeah.
And I love the scenes between her and Angela. They have a little fight scene.
Yeah.
Oh
They
yeah.
have a little fight scene.
fight,
It's a little fun. Yeah. It's a little fun right there. Ajax is the leader.
Is great, man.
She's the mother. She's the leader.
Right. And then let's see, like Fast Girl, she just disappears for a while.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anybody else we didn't mention. Cersei is a great leading lady.
I mean, yeah, I'm about to say if anyone's
Who's
the
the
lead,
actress
it would
again?
be
Gemma Chan, you said?
Gemma Chan.
Yeah.
She also played in that show Humans, right?
she did.
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
love
Yeah.
her. She's amazing. She doesn't get enough play.
But I didn't know she was in another Marvel movie.
Was she?
Yeah, supposedly she's in another Marvel
They
movie.
do that a lot.
Perhaps. Let me see.
I looked it up and I was like, she's in this one, but I think she was in something
One of
else.
the shows.
No. It was actually.
Oh,
a movie.
she is in. She's one of the. I think the
Oh, Guardians.
Guardians.
Oh no! Fucking Captain Marvel.
Core,
Yes, I do
yeah,
remember
Marvel
her,
Core,
yeah.
whatever the
Well,
heck.
she was blue there, so yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah, so I didn't even know that. So, but
She's amazing, man.
she's
I think
good.
She's
to
really
me, she's one of the most underrated actors. She's just fantastic because I watched
she
that show
played.
Humans and I love.
She
it.
has a subtlety about her,
does.
specifically with her acting. You know,
it's a lot of conflict and a lot of things.
Eternal
in
conflict, yeah.
In her.
lack of
like I
confidence,
said-
like you see it. Yeah,
Right.
she shows it without saying it.
It felt like an anime trope with her. Like she knows she has powers. She's gonna go through a conflict, and then she gains more powers at the end of. Well, I'm gonna say more, but
right.
you know, she has
she
that.
develops.
She's the
She
leader.
develops,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just know that.
Yeah, she'll be- yeah.
She figures shit out, maybe.
We're bleeding into spoilers a little
We
bit.
are, it's
Sorry
fine.
about it. folks.
Damn it!
Yeah, I mean, but
We tried.
but we're pretty much done with that part. I mean, because really, what we're gushing about this movie, and I didn't think we were.
Well, we are. He ain't.
Well, no.
Well, what's your biggest gripe?
Yeah, what's the
that
deal,
you have
man?
that's keeping you
'Cause
from
I felt like at first coming out of the movie, Jordan was kind of maybe on the fence.
right?
But I mean, it wasn't going to be like a astounding yes or an astounding no. I felt like he would have been like, I'm leaning slightly more this way or slightly more this way. It seems like you might be leaning heavy towards one.
Keep in mind, you had buttery popcorn lady eating in your ear the whole time, so you might have been ornery.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to include her fat
Your
ass.
arch nemesis.
Look, I'm not going to include Thea Vidal. I'm not even going to include her. I'm not going to include Precious. I'm not going to include her.
Oh, no. That's
Look.
an old one. Yeah, that's outdated.
Hey, I'm not going to include her at all. I'm not going to include my 600-pound life. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not including her. I'm just saying there were parts that felt like the dialogue went on too long. To me.
That's fair.
Right.
That's absolutely
Now,
fair.
the reason why I say this is because I finished watching Midnight Mass. And Midnight Mass slowly paced and had a lot of dialogue, especially when they were talking about where do you go when you die.
That was 30 minutes.
That was too
That was legit 30
goddamn much
minutes.
of a conversation. Look, bury the motherfucker. You're dead. You're not gonna think of
like
anything
Frank
else.
Reynolds,
But
throw me in the trash.
right, right. You know, so it just felt like some of the dialogue went on too long. What got me though, and I'm a visual stimulated person. Visually, the film is great. I love the visuals that she did. The dialogue was good. I didn't mind it specifically in this case here. Like I said, it kind of dragged out a little bit too long.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
other than that, I actually didn't think it was bad. I give it a 6, to be honest.
All right, a 6.
I give it a 6.
What?
Now,
What is a Marvel movie
So I
that's
was
also
right.
a 6?
You really don't want to go
Thor: The
there.
Dark World. Say
Is
it.
Thor: The Dark World 6 for
I don't
you?
think it's a
No,
6
no.
for me. It
It's
ain't
not.
a
It's
6
lower.
for me. It's lower than that for me.
You know what? I give it a 6, and y'all gonna be like, you're off the show for good. Black Panther.
You know, no, he's not. No. Don't you do that.
Okay, I already faded. I faded him in black. I faded him.
And he made a screen black.
Look,
You're done. You're done.
Personally, I love Black Panther. It has a place here.
Right.
As a film, if you watch, like I said, I've watched things over and over to analyze them. Once that all black, seeing nothing but black faces on the screen thing fades and you start looking at it just as a movie, it is not the strongest.
It's not.
It's not.
Who gonna pray for me? Who
Great soundtrack.
No.
Great
My favorite.
soundtrack.
No,
favorite song
Don't
is.
pay attention. Don't pay attention to the plot. Don't look
Yeah.
at the plot. They gonna pay for me. All the stars and moons.
No, that's not even my favorite song.
Just listen to Kendrick.
The best song off that is when Future is singing "La-di-da-di-da, slap on me now, chitty-chitty bang." I'm like, that's the best song I think. If
That's
you
on
can
the
get
soundtrack?
That is on the
Yes.
soundtrack.
I kind of like that
Yes,
track.
that
Yeah.
is on- it's a
This
great
is the best song on that track
Yeah,
to me.
no, that movie, look, it has, like I said, the movie itself is gorgeous. It's beautiful because,
Yes.
hey, we got this shit.
Right,
This
right,
is
right.
ours. And people loved it, make tons of money.
And I have
Actually, let me
concern
change that.
about
Not a
my
6.
people in this movie. We'll get to in the spoiler. I have a new Marvel theory that is very excellent. Stick
tell
around.
you something.
I'm so mad.
It's legit.
Actually, I'll
legit.
change.
It's
Oh
legit.
yeah, I'll change it from 6 to a 7.
You don't have to.
Actually, no. I actually changed it to 7. It's
better than Black Panther.
Better than. It had a different format than Black Panther. Actually, I give Black Widow a 5.
Yeah, no, that
Black Widow
deserves
went
that.
down after this one. I
Yes.
gave that
Black
a
Widow's a
7.
4.
It went to a
It's
6.5
a 4
now.
for me.
Yeah.
It's a 4.
But I mean, like I said, I like the film. I like that it went in a different direction than your standard Marvel movies. Now, of course, critics are gonna. I think
They already have.
they
I
are.
don't know
Yeah.
what critics are,
I don't
critics
know
are
what
on.
the fuck is wrong with
Critics
you.
have been-
Critics.
critics
You're
have-
supposed to be on top of shit like what we're talking about.
Critics have
No.
been begging for a different Marvel movie
Yes.
that wasn't just explosions
Right.
and craziness.
Right.
And now they're at 49%.
Yes, and look, I look at so what's the beef here? All I keep seeing is too much exposition.
Well, let's kind of
And
look
I'm
at some of these things here.
Random,
Right?
do a random one. I bet exposition's in there.
All right, here. The entire movie felt like an overlong parody. Unfortunately, film strict adherence to the Marvel formula. What?
What do you say?
What was that?
Unfortunately, the film's strict adherence to the Marvel formula keeps the whole enterprise from really working.
He watched the movie.
I'm not Abby Elise from The Pitch.
I don't think she watched this. She phoned that shit in.
Let's see here. Chicago Sun-Times. This is one of the more forgettable MCU movies, despite the direction of Oscar winner Joey Zhao.
What?
But wait,
While it delivers the action at eye candy, Eternals is middling Marvel.
does he have a point though?
About what?
It's it's forgettable.
I don't think so.
I don't
ain't
think
forgetting
so.
this shit anytime
You don't think
soon.
that Eternals is forgettable?
Hell
No, I think Age of Ultron's forgettable.
Black Widow is forgettable.
Black Widow's forgettable.
Super fucking forgettable.
I thought Shang-Chi.
This one's so out of the box. There's no way I can forget this.
I mean, I can see where they're coming from.
I cannot.
Hold on. Here's a good row of them.
Because the way you talk, it sounds like these people we didn't watch the same.
No, I
movie.
think they went in wanting explosions.
That's what I'm talking about.
Look,
man.
Eternals. This is what they said. I like an X-Men movie if all the characters were Cyclops. The channel awesome. That's Doug Walker. We like Doug Walker. He's friends of Double Toast Show. I've met him before. He's a nice dude.
I don't like Doug anymore.
I mean, but that's so weird that you would
Doug.
say that,
Doug,
right?
What's up, man? What's the deal, dude? Like, that's what I'm saying. The things that people are saying. That's why I didn't know what to expect. It's all over the goddamn place. To where, like, what the fuck is this movie? What I saw was something beautiful. Like, so the early hype from this movie, from the executives and they had like a special screening right when it was done and edited and finished a year ago. And a leak that came out was people were coming out of like in awe. Like, this is something so different from Marvel. And a lot of people called it a masterpiece. While I'm not quite there, I get why if you go into this movie with a certain mindset, you will see you'll see glimpses of a masterpiece. I saw glimpses of a masterpiece.
You know what?
In
And
this.
look, I found one that's actually somewhat reasonable.
Okay.
Negative. Running almost long enough for a pair of films, Zhao fits between her characters and only occasionally gives them the room to shine. If she cut her team down to the size of a basketball squad, there'd be more room for chemistry and character development.
I can't argue with any of that.
And that is a fair assessment. That is a fair assessment, and that's good. That's going to be Dan Leibarger from Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Good job.
Wow, I would not have expected that from Arkansas, but yeah, no, that's right. That's kind of on the nose. Like, that I can get. Everything he said was true.
But I came in the movie with no expectations because I didn't know anything about Eternals. I know about Marvel and I know about the format with all their movies.
Format, yeah.
But it's like I don't know much about the Eternals, so let me just take a step back. Let me actually just look at this from a different perspective. Just say, hey, you know what? I'm open mind. Wow me.
Same.
So that's how I did it. And like I said, I like the film. I give it a 7. I changed it from a 6 to 7. I give it to a 7.
Well, Tommy, what do you give it?
Oh shit, man. See, like, because I'm looking at it in different ways. I'm looking at it as, okay.
You're appreciating it for beyond what it is.
Right.
I am, because it had, look, this movie, what I saw, to put that in that Marvel box is so unfair to it. To me. It's so fucking unfair,
The next 12 movie
I don't even want to watch fucking Spider-Man now. I'm being perfectly honest. I really don't.
You know what?
Because I don't want to go back to that after seeing what you almost had. You almost had something completely different on a completely different level.
I'll say this: I'm one of the most excited for Spider-Man. It showed me something that I could have with these other characters that I already like, that I've spent 20 movies watching with, and it's gonna make me a little irritated that I'm not gonna have a conversation with Ned and Spider-Man about how fucking hard it is to be Spider-Man.
Yes,
because I'm fucking 17 years old. I've been to
Sammy.
fucking space, and instead of just joking about it, talk about how that's fucked up.
Yeah.
How I died and then came back to life to fight an army of monsters, and then had to go back to high school.
Yes.
Right. Then my fucking identity is revealed, so I got to deal with that shit.
Well, they're gonna talk about that, but they're gonna joke about it, and then Doctor Strange, magic, potions.
Sammy, you want to say it too? Go look at the camera, look at him, and say it. Say it. You know
Say what?
You want to.
Say what?
Fuck Marvel.
Come on, Dr. Shabazz.
You want to do it because you're right.
That's an inside joke.
No, look at that. Shit. This movie opened up a human element that I'm like, look, this movie kind of proves, okay, you don't need a whole movie of this. It's not going to work for everybody.
I wish Tony Stark had one of these conversations with anybody.
Two of these conversations, like they have in this movie, and each Marvel movie would up that shit tremendously.
Right.
Real human shit.
So I'm actually intrigued about how Spider-Man is going to be, because they're actually in the same situation with these, where they have multiple people in one film. So how are they going to balance that out?
Well, we already know Spider-Man, so they can.
Right, I get that, but I'm just saying it's just.
You know how they're going to do it? You're not doing it. Pew 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 pew. Flip. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Mysterio. Hey, how many? Here's a hobgoblin. You like the goblin? Here's Dr. Octopus. You like Dr.
Rhino,
Octopus?
is that you? Come on in.
Here's Jamie
Shocker?
Foxx. It's not the Electro. It's Jamie Foxx.
You got one Spider-Man. You want two more?
Right.
Where's Miles
Damn it.
Morales? Let's throw him in there.
Do you remember Tobey Maguire?
Oi!
That's gonna be that.
Do you remember Andrew Garfield? How he fucking hated those movies, but you love him now because Marvel.
They paid him a cool $2 million to do this.
No, he'll do it. He'll take the check. I'm saying that people are pretending like they fucking like Andrew Garfield. Fuck Andrew Garfield.
Oi.
Why do you hate Andrew Garfield?
As a Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, no. I don't
Oh yeah. He's good in. What was the one where he was like a medic? Warsaw or some shit like that.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge.
yes.
I actually got kind of one of the words.
But yeah, no, like look, that's my. It's this movie fucked Marvel up for me, maybe forever.
It showed a flaw in the armor.
Oh no, that fall's
For
already.
sure.
We already saw that.
We
flaw.
didn't know where it was. We knew it had a weakness.
Oh, I mean, when
where
you do-
was it?
Sammy? When you do the same fucking movie for
so
15
long,
years,
yeah.
you're gonna see it. People are gonna see it, and not only that, they fuck themselves with their TV shows. Because guess what you can do in a TV show that you can't do in a fucking 2-hour movie?
Talk to people.
Talk. You can talk. You can
Talk,
go
talk,
character.
talk.
Even fucking Falcon and Winter Soldier to me was better than most fucking Marvel movies now because we got to know them a little bit
Right.
more.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so you gave us, you've been giving us the shows, even with Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Same thing.
love Loki now.
I enjoy
It's
Loki
the best.
a lot.
It's
He's
the
one of my
best show.
favorite characters.
Yeah.
Now, you know why? Because I fucking know Loki now.
Right.
A variant of him, at least.
Right.
You know,
Right.
which I love. This movie, all character, pretty much. It tried, at least, to do
Right.
just all character. To me, succeeded more than it failed. So how the fuck are we going back to Avengers 5 with that same old fire in the sky bull? They tried it with Shang-Chi. When it was like with a part of Shang-Chi, I was like, great, super, you're doing a little stuff. You could have done this. You could have done this.
Right.
And what did we revert to? Two fucking monsters coming out of nowhere fighting with
I
fire.
did not get
How
that.
shooting bow and arrow expertly.
And it's just like, when I hit that point in that movie, I'm like, all right. I
Right.
defended it at the time. Looking back, I'm like, no, they was kind of right, though.
It's an enjoyable movie, but it is boring.
Marvel glimmers.
Wait, it's an enjoyable movie until they get to the damn monsters. When they got to the monsters, I was just like, no, I'm done with that specific. I wish they would have kept the villain as the dad.
Human moment.
Yes.
Right, it would have made a human moment
Let's
right
talk
there.
about it.
I'm
Stop
fighting my
fooling.
dad.
You
'cause-
fuck me up, Dad.
Hey, Dad, I get it. This place is real. But
Yeah.
mom in your head,
That's not
she's
real,
fucking
man.
dead,
We're real.
dog.
Hey, I'm your son. Your daughter's over there. Like you,
Right.
The part, you know, the part I love of Shang-Chi the most is the part where the father was being a fucking father. This was their
Right.
dad. They knew
Right.
him as a normal fucking dude, and then he just turns, and I'm like, play with that.
Well, no,
dude.
well, wait.
What are you doing?
Right.
Yeah, but no, they're gonna treat him like a
no,
generic.
but you need kung fu treachery for 30
Oh my
minutes, and then
God.
dragons, and then
Fuck you,
demons
Marvel,
and
so
parademons and
much.
stuff.
So much.
Well, here, what do you give it so we can get into spoilers?
I give it a solid 8.5.
8.5.
And
Okay.
that point, I would give it a solid 8 because I saw a mature adult movie.
Film.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I looked at it as. And that 0.5 is the fuck you to what Chloe Zhao did to Marvel, saying I'm not doing your fucking format.
Right.
I'm doing my own thing.
So that
according
basically-
to
Better or
hey,
worse, I'm doing my own
But
thing.
according to the critics, it's the
those
Marvel
critics
format.
those critics are fucking assholes.
And it might-
Get it.
and they're dumb. This
Right.
might be like Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, no, because
Right
because they,
there.
no, because they saw a final battle and said Marvel formula. It's like, no, you need a final battle.
Yeah.
You need to have your two towers. You need to have the attacking of Mordor or whatever.
Yeah.
You need those. You need those battles.
Yes, you do.
You can't get away from an action movie, a superhero movie, without having a final battle.
Right.
You can't just do all this character development and be like, we'll figure it out next one or whatever.
Yeah, and
No.
you have to have a battle. It was a decent enough battle.
Right.
know
and
what
yeah,
I-
it was a decent enough battle. We knew it was a decent enough battle,
Right.
and everyone got to have a little time to shine. Everyone got to see their powers
their
and
moment,
stuff.
yeah.
And there was also a very good final bit of element there.
Dude, it's something that happens in this movie that I've wanted to see happen in a movie in a long
it
time
was
because it freaks me out personally.
It was beautiful.
and it was gorgeous.
And
Yeah.
fascinating.
Yes.
And terrifying.
Yes.
And I haven't been terrified by something. And I'll kind of
I know our
spoiler
friend
alert.
Martin, it was definitely terrifying.
Yeah.
He saw-
One thing that terrifies me the most in this world is the moon from Majora's Mask, because it's just so big and terrifying.
Right.
It freaks me the fuck out. Giant like Godzilla to me. If I were to see Godzilla in real life,
You'd die of a heart attack.
It would be so insane.
Yes.
And so there's a level of scale in this movie in some parts of it that is
Yes,
just
that I
so.
love.
The Tower of fucking Babylon. They show how big it is and how beautiful. It's just like, oh my god! And then the
mesmerizing.
part that we're gonna talk about in the spoiler review.
Oh,
And my theory about how Marvel is racist to me
but
individually.
I will say this. I think this movie kind of sets us up for the Batman, because I'm hearing that the Batman is a little less action, is more of a noir.
You know what?
Detective
That
noir.
actually might be a good point because
Yeah.
people are going to be like, man, that Eternals was weird. Oh,
me
but
go
then,
back
you
to
go,
good
but, then you
old
go into, but then
Batman.
you go into Batman, you're like, oh, this is more
motherfucker's doing
cerebral.
detective
Right.
shit.
This is
Yeah.
more smart. It's slower paced.
I'm watching Insomnia with
Instead of people,
Batman.
instead of people, how come Batman's not killing people?
Oh, it's gonna be that.
How come Batman's not? Here we go.
But
Gotta
see-
bring the popcorn.
Right, you
gotta
How come
have it.
Batman's not doing the killing the Riddler?
You're not gonna get that person. You're gonna like, oh Lord Jesus, why he ain't kill nobody? But hold on, real quick point specifically. I think that's what happens when you set the bar high with Christopher Nolan's Batman, and then try to come in and try to compare this Robert Pattinson's.
Well, they had Ben Affleck
you know,
between. Palette
that doesn't exist.
There's a palette
That doesn't
cleanser.
exist. So I'm just saying specifically that kind of sets the tone in regards to look. I'm coming in with Batman with open mind as well
Christopher
too.
Nolan did kind of set you up.
He did because he did
just
an
it in
excellent.
such a great way that
God.
you didn't even notice.
The
Yeah,
Batman with the nipples. He just basically said that doesn't exist. Here's the real Batman. If it was in real
was
life,
real.
Yeah.
if it was real, this is what Batman would look like. He did an excellent job
yeah. And
with
this
that
looks
Batman.
like kind of a blend of that and the animated scene.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about Batman.
We're not.
Let's
I
go ahead and
know,
go back.
I'm
Let's
just
go ahead and let me
saying.
say my review so we can get to spoilers. So we
Yes,
can talk about the
go.
cool shit.
Motherfucker, no shit.
My favorite thing about this movie, and I think people and the critics apparently hated it, but I very much
God,
enjoyed,
fuck them, yeah, go.
which was the fact that it played with history. Like you said, this is
Yeah.
I like
this
that.
is Disney's Marvel's The Bible,
Yes.
or history of mankind.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's just like, oh yeah, the Greek gods, they were these Celestials. The
Gilgamesh.
the Assyrians and the Romans and the Aztecs and the Mayans and the Zulu tribes and everything that you could have imagined that had some sort of
Around
lore
the world, yeah.
came from these people that just traveling, trying to make shit right.
Just, yeah.
You know, just trying to be like, hey, there's
Keep
deviant
us-
monsters.
keep us-
Fucking
keep
the
us in
deviants,
line.
the deviants themselves, dragons, Chinese dragons, like magical leopards and
They're
shit.
gorgeous, by the way. That's a beautiful character design with the
For
creature
those-
design
yeah.
with those fucking deviants.
Right,
Yeah.
but you start thinking about like, oh, people are getting like krakens,
Yeah.
and like every sort of mystical beast you could think of. There was something that looked exactly fucking what's his name, Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Cthulhu. What's it called? Lovecraftian is the
Yeah.
word. So once you start picking out that stuff like there, for me, I
oh,
like
this is what
history.
this- No, I like when they do
Right,
shit like that.
between-
That's why I like you guys were kind of complaining about the history, the flashbacks. I'm like, that was
No,
what I was
loved
enjoying
it.
the most.
I
Yeah.
loved it. Yeah,
I didn't mind like the history aspect of it. I just thought that they did too much of it, like
Right.
going back and forth. I
Yeah,
thought
we're
it was a
going
little
to
bit
some
too-
They
weird
didn't
places.
stay
I was
there
like,
long enough. I say, yeah.
But I love that part. I love that they just were feasting on history and like the opening scene where the with the dagger. And it's
Yeah.
just like little things like I'm like, oh my god, I love this type of stuff. Someone described it as ancient aliens type of thing.
Yeah.
Kinda,
Little bit.
not so
Fair.
much, but you know, I as an element I like. I like that
No, no,
stuff
I like
there,
that.
especially the alternative history, which we'll fucking get to. I give this an 8.
Okay. So what about
It's
this?
8. I
So we
think,
got
like I said,
8,
Eight,
you got an
8.5,
8.5
and a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that goes completely
solid.
against
It's-
that shit.
yeah.
It's like,
That's solid.
It's
what did Key
neat.
give it?
Key,
Key-
well, here's the thing. Key, it looked like he enjoyed it a little bit more. Let's actually go ahead and check out the
Yeah,
chats right
it's-
now. But he did say he's like, Spider-Man's gonna look like a fucking cartoon compared to this. Is what he said. So
it kind of they don't fit in the same universe. I wish they would have just made a separate kind of thing for this.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and then where this movie's going, we'll actually get into it right now. Let me go ahead and kick it back real quick to the main screen because this review is over for the non-spoiler. So here's the thing, folks.
We did our best.
There's a couple people watching right now. We're done. Thank you for
Yeah.
watching. This has been McGrew's reviews for the non-spoiler. We got all this stuff right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and put on a quick commercial break here,
Yeah, when we
and we're
come
gonna go
back,
back. We're gonna reintroduce the show again, and it is gonna be spoilers. So if you're here, this is the end of the non-spoiler talk. We're going into hardcore spoilers for now and for the history of the MCU. So we will be right back after
Top of
this.
the morning. Top of the
Top of the
morning.
morning, top of the
Top of the
morning,
morning,
top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Hold up. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. We'll see you in a little bit. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Uh-oh. This is McGrew's Uncut.
God damn it. We already did that intro for the last episode. They're going to think it's repeating.
No, he said uncut this time.
No.
People don't know what that means. It's a classic.
It's a classic.
It's raised on
That
Uncut.
should be like a title sequence. McGrew's Uncut.
That is too much
That would be for
graphics
the
unless you're
spoilers.
going to make the graphics.
I can do that. Give me a pen and paper. I can draw that shit.
That
and
is
put it-
not how this works. Welcome everybody to the spoiler reviews. Now, if you're listening to this on all of the audio podcast places, including Anchor, which you probably got an ad for last episode, go back and watch our original first episode, non-spoiler.
That'd be like a part 1.
Yeah, it's a part 1. We
Yeah.
have a conversation about terrible audience members and all sorts of
Yeah.
other stuff.
Don't
And,
do-
and if you're watching this back to back, you already know this. Thank you for sticking with us for the second part of the spoiler review.
Right.
It's going to go out a couple days after, I think. just to give people time to watch it.
Yeah, we don't want to be those people.
Yeah, don't want to push the load because we are going to spoil the shit out of this movie. We're going to go right into it. So if you want to know our reviews, I gave it a 8. You gave it an 8.5. Yep. Tommy McGrew, introduce yourself again once again.
McGrew, how are you?
And then Jordan over there gave it a.
I gave it a 7.
Gave it a 7. All passing grades.
Yeah, all around the same.
All right, so I mean, we can get into anything in this movie.
So we were talking about the fears,
right?
And things that freak us out and scare. So for me, things far larger than me freak me the fuck out.
Oh yeah, we're talking about these fucking Eternals that are in the
Astron, what is his name? Astron or whatever.
Astron,
and when Selma Hayek or Ajax visit him for the first time,
you don't see all of him.
She just this small to this man's big ass face.
You don't see his face.
Right.
That's like
you see eyes.
Of his forehead.
That's it. I'm like, she's talking to Rihanna.
The Celestial.
Oh, Ashram,
something like that. Yeah.
And so already it's starting to get like I've read the comics. I know how big they are, and the scale. Like to me, Galactus. I've always wanted to see Galactus because he frightens the
he's
shit
coming.
out of me.
Oh, he coming.
I know he was in Fortnite.
That was a test for that shit.
I know he was in Fortnite when he came to Fortnite. All you saw was his big ass head, and that was it. And that giant
freaks you out.
Yeah.
I've always in my mind I was like, how come a movie with all the CGI we have now has not done that? That is scary as fuck. That makes you feel so insignificant.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes you feel so insignificant. Makes your characters look insignificant in such a way that you're like, oh, it's no fucking way. I hope you're not crossing him because there's no way you're going to beat him at all. Like, not even close.
You think a Thor is going to take out this guy here?
Dormammu ain't taking that motherfucker out. No one. Doctor Strange is not taking that motherfucker out. No one is taking that motherfucker out at all. That's one. There's a million of them. They're everywhere.
Right. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's like a smaller scale
That's one of the smaller ones. That's super small. He's actually like in the comics. I think he's one of the smaller Celestials.
Which one? That one here, the one
that you see in Guardians of the Galaxy for the first time.
Yeah,
like he's small. He's tiny. I forgot his name, but he's known to be tiny. And they vary in size, but the big ones are like old Askrim or whatever the fuck is that?
Arishem.
There you go. You do that.
Isan the Searcher is the first one. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, and they grow bigger and bigger. So that's the thing. So now we're starting to kind of get a look of if the Galactus does visit this world, how's that going to look? Fucking scary.
And what's even more scary is at the end when the new Celestials being born, and just how they're
born is scary.
Oh my god!
And when they're froze, it's like it kind of reminds me of just real quick. It kind of reminds me of the new God of War. When they went to fight that big giant, Jornheim, they went to whatever giant that was. Yeah, but whatever giant that was, when he got that big bolt stuck in the side of his head. And I was just like, that's what that reminds me of. Yeah. Scary.
It's terrifying, man. It's so fucking scary.
Yeah.
And how these, so, spoilers, that's what this is for.
Yep.
And we call this Marvel's Bible. So how universes are created, it's basically a seed. This seed is planted in a planet.
Jordan, that's what you're talking about.
In our case, Earth.
Yeah. Freaky as hell, man.
It's so fucking scary. In our case, Earth is the ground. Mm-hmm. The Celestials drop a seed in that bitch and it has to grow. How does it grow? People. Basically people.
Energy. The energy
feeds off energy from people. So the more people on the planet, the more it can pull until it reaches its
peak,
fully developed,
and global warming happening because of the goddamn thing. They threw that in there for us.
Why not? Yeah, it's a super liberal movie.
Yeah.
So might as well fuck it. And so so basically the Earth is an egg that has to hatch.
Incubator.
It's got to crack.
Yeah,
it's an
and when
incubator.
it cracks, holy fuck!
That simulation though, where
it was terrifying.
Right,
his hand reaching out, clawing out, and you're just like, oh, there's nothing.
This big explosion,
there's nothing
and there's
beyond
nothing
that,
anymore.
Right?
And then
it's a displacement of energy that he's feasting on.
Yes, but out of that nothing, that's how other universes grow. So them doing that's how we keep on keeping on.
Right.
It's basically like pollen and a bee. A bee goes and pollen on another planet, helps it grow.
Exactly. So the big conflict in this movie at the end is, this is how civilization keeps going. This is what we're sent here to do. That's our real mission. Make sure that happens. You'll get your minds erased. We'll ship you to the next Earth and you can do it all over again.
Right.
And that's the way life works. That's how life is created. It's basically, so we're going to kill 1 billion to grow tens of billions, basically, because it's going to keep going and circulate.
Right.
And the Eternals are like, no, fuck that. Not this one. This one stays as is. And no, we're not going to let this world get destroyed because we're human now. You see these people go from blanks, completely blank, to having personalities.
Having a conscience.
To Camille
consciousness.
Nanjiani in fucking Bollywood
That
for
shit was
100
great.
years, 200
Well,
years.
Yeah, he's his own lineage. Yeah.
My great-grandfather.
My grandfather.
That's
the
my
greatest-
great-grandfather, my grandfather, that's
The
my
greatest-
father,
the
that's me.
Greatest dynasty in all of
of
Bollywood,
Bollywood,
which
yes.
to me is the funniest.
I
way
love
to write
the
that.
fact they gave such a shout out to Bollywood was just cool.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah,
It was really nice.
Yeah.
He was just like nice, and he was a great character that represented it well.
By the way,
his
the sidekick
driver. Yeah,
His
was a
driver
great
amazing.
character,
You gotta have
too.
one of those in every Marvel movie.
That's
And I
true.
did not hate him.
I did not hate him.
He
like
kept the
him.
levity.
Hey, did you get that? Yes, I
Yes,
did.
I did.
No. You know what? The part where I almost cried when they made the decision that they were gonna fucking blow everything up or that they weren't gonna fight.
Yeah.
He started
And
talking
he
to-
was just like,
So
"Thank
much.
you for humanity."
Yeah.
it was an
It was
honor.
like a human talking to a god.
Right.
Like, what would a human who appreciates
Right.
the life they had
Right,
say to a god?
and if you look
at the end, yeah,
what we can assume is a Hindu religion where they have multiple gods that do multiple things, which are based off of them
Yes.
for the most part. We can assume,
Right.
It is a oddly beautiful moment.
It is.
in a movie where he's just like, "Thank you for humanity. It's been a pleasure meeting you."
Yes.
And he's tearing up because he
Yeah.
knows he's going to be dead.
Yeah.
But he has the luxury of meeting
met
the gods.
Yeah,
themselves, right?
basically, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so-
Things like
it's
that,
things like that.
Sammy, is what I'm talking about. That shit is so above anything Marvel
I didn't
does.
realize how biblical
Oh, it's super
it's
fucking
this was.
biblical.
Because you think about it, the Celestials
imagery
basically
alone,
saying,
yeah.
look, I created these deviants for a specific reason, but they got out of control.
Right.
And so now I
have to
created
create
the
you.
internals
Fallen
to
man.
keep them in line or just basically
Kill 'em,
eliminate
yeah.
them. So it's just like Adam, Eve, God. It's like,
Yeah.
The fallen
No,
man,
it's tons of that.
the deviants,
Yeah.
went beyond their purpose and
It's
ate from the apple of
demons,
Eden.
devils,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Lucifer,
the
the
deviants
whole nine,
and the
yeah.
deviants are trying to stay alive,
Right.
fighting off fucking Icarus. It's
Right.
like, fuck that, we want to live.
Yeah.
I kind of laughed though, because in the process of when he kills Ajax, and he's like he's sending his tentacles and trying to upgrade everybody else. I kept thinking, this feels like Pokemon Go. Like I'm upgrading these fucking Pokemon to
upgrade.
new,
It's a
right?
Video game boss level
Right.
upgrade.
Oh,
Right.
absolutely.
So it just felt like that, but I didn't. Now that we were talking about it more, I just didn't feel. I just didn't just realize how biblical this film is.
Oh, when they're
you know?
ascending all together.
Yeah.
In the Middle East.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It just feels so biblical
The
with it,
beginning
but
of
yeah.
time.
Yeah, they went to the beginning of time.
Yes.
Fucking, they're like Babylon. Fuck it.
Also-
people are fishing and fucking dragons are coming out and eating people's dads.
Runs.
Like the fact that
That's
humanity.
the opening.
Well, that was
Run,
the beautiful
son.
part. I go immediately dragons.
Yeah.
That's how we get the legend of dragons. And they go, yeah, dragons are real. All that lore of dragons that you see in the notes of mankind and
Variants
all
of that.
Arthurian legend and things like that. It's like, oh yeah, they're fighting deviants.
Yeah.
Excalibur probably killed a deviant.
Nessie.
Hercules.
Probably a deviant. Yeah.
Hercules is also in the MCU,
Yeah.
but
Yes, he
Hercules
is.
is also a legend that comes about.
I think we're going to see Hercules.
Absolutely, yeah, I've heard, yeah.
Thor, yeah. Hercules is great. Marvel, by the way. But yeah.
But the fact that he's real now,
Yeah.
right? And they use this movie to make that work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, small little side note, because I was telling Tommy this as well too. I was like, are they hinting that this is how Shang-Chi got the 10 rings?
I almost thought so. I
He
elbowed him.
tapped me and was like, 10 rings.
Yeah,
10
that's why I kept
rings."
thinking like this is what, because it just felt like this is what they were hinting at.
Yeah, 'cause
once
it
he started
really-
putting those rings on
Right.
the wrist, I was like,
But
that's Shang-Chi.
But the problem was that this happened after Shang-Chi, we can assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
yeah.
does?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's after Thanos. So Shang-Chi happened after Thanos.
And
So they wouldn't have had
besides
to
that,
made
those
them. And no, but those rings are
are super old.
prehistoric. Yeah.
Yeah, way beyond
Okay.
that. So unless Fastos somehow did that and
Right.
left them somewhere,
Right.
which they
Okay.
never mentioned. So
Now,
yeah,
here's the one thing I have a question in my brain about.
Okay.
When does the new Spider-Man happen with the multiverse stuff? Because
I
people
was waiting on some multiverse. shit
because
here.
people seeing Irisham in the sky, people having now like is Spider-Man No Way
fucking
Home?
ma- yeah.
Are they gonna have the Marvel Celestial in the middle of the Indian Ocean? That's an
Has to.
event. Like and and the thing is,
It's like, look, an event happens in this movie like the fucking blip.
we can spoil.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. So yeah. So we told you about the
Yeah,
sea planet.
Terramana, whatever the
So
fuck the
this
guy's name
motherfucker
is.
halfway gets out before the
Right.
Eternals
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So you would think, okay, it had the damage it had to have done to planet Earth just in the little bit it came out,
Right.
had to be epic. So
right, because he put his hand and his face out.
his hand and
dick
face,
somewhere.
which are miles apart, by the
yeah,
way. Like the scale is insane.
His dick is in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. His toe is in Antarctica. Right. It's like it's so massive in scale.
We have to still live on this planet.
Right.
That's a uterus, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we know what's freaky about it too. Also, I looked into a couple other things about the. I watched New Rockstars a lot.
Yeah.
And they were like,
I love that
one of the
YouTube, yeah.
Avengers headquarters is in the skull of a dead Celestial.
Well, the Guardians of the Galaxy, you see the skull of a dead.
Was it the Guardians?
Nowhere, yeah. Nowhere is the head. That's what nowhere is.
That's
It's the
nowhere.
head
that's
of-
that
yeah,
one. But
yeah.
but the Avengers had one.
Oh yeah,
elsewhere.
no, like I said, it's tons
And Ajax
of
came back and was like, "What the fuck are you doing, desecrating this fucking this dead Celestial?" Right?
Yeah.
It's so fucking that part was so terrifying to me that this thing.
The
is just
Celestials are
happening.
scary, man.
But my question was, why weren't the remaining Avengers the ones that are free? So Hawkeye can't do anything. Captain Marvel's elsewhere. Thor's elsewhere.
Got some
Falcon.
You got some young Avengers around.
We don't know the status of Black Panther. We just, as right now,
Obviously,
we don't know.
yeah.
So, because Wakanda, they mentioned it in Endgame.
It's kind
the
of in
earthquakes.
shackles, yeah.
The earthquakes, we can
Oh,
now
yeah.
say from Endgame.
And if you remember, yeah, I was about to say those earthquakes keep happening.
Right.
What there you go. So,
So I'm wondering because Tony's gone.
Tony's gone. Thor's gone.
Thor's gone.
nobody, really.
So it's in the Indian Ocean. So who's gonna get there? Only person that should be is Doctor Strange, but he's also protecting
he's
New
really
York.
busy.
I
He's doing a
guess.
lot. Yeah, he's doing a whole lot. He's really the only actual Avenger.
Yeah. Are there any other Earthbound Avengers that are active at this moment?
Falcon. I'm sorry, new Captain America.
Well, Captain America. No, he's not going to take on. He's not going to be able
He
to
can't do
He
that.
has to get to India.
Look, Doctor Strange can't do shit. I think that would be above his wheelhouse. He'd
Right.
be like, I can try. Like,
Right.
I don't know. This is because what happens at the end of this movie. You tap me at the end of this. Like, why would anybody stay alive in this universe?
Yeah, dude. Okay,
What's
yeah,
the
we can talk
point?
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what the fuck is this?
So
celestial name?
Askren. I can't pronounce his fucking name. I keep forgetting.
Asher.
Oh, Asher.
Asherah.
There you go.
Do that. Do that.
We'll call him Asher.
Yeah, we'll call this
This guy.
Asherah.
Yeah.
So I love college here. Basically tells Gemma Chan's character who takes over for Ajax, Selma Hayek, after fucking Icarus kills her.
Right.
Yeah,
We're in spoilers, mind you.
oh yeah, that's what we are. So yeah, it tells her, hey, you're taking over her. Don't fuck this up. Stay on mission. End of story.
And
No one
she's
can
like,
figure
"I
out
love
why
these
they
people."
picked her. Yeah, because she can touch shit and turn stuff into other.
She's
stuff.
Midas. She
Yeah,
turns
she
into
is
the gold.
Midas.
Yeah, she has
She is
elemental
Midas.
She has the ability to
And
change
you're like,
matter.
all right, well that
Yeah.
can help you sometimes, but as far as she knew, she couldn't like touch an enemy or a deviant and turn them into anything.
organic matter,
Right.
living matter.
Living matter, she couldn't. It grows. Her powers grow to the point where she doesn't know how she did it, but she turns a deviant into a tree like that
Yeah.
easily. No
Petrified
problem.
tree, yeah.
Yeah. So if someone with that power comes out, then yes, no, deviants are a problem anymore. Really, no one's a problem anymore.
Right.
And so she reaches her apex. She goes
Yeah.
Super Saiyan like a motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah.
It Ultra Instinct actually.
These are words.
Yeah, she reaches her full power because they are connected to the Celestials,
Right.
since they're there to technically protect them and see this thing through.
Mm-hmm.
So she links up and takes a little bit of power from the Celestial, makes her Ultra God basically,
Right.
to where she freezes the Earth to the point to where as this thing's coming, it's a volcano.
Right.
It starts off as a volcano.
Right.
The opposite of frozen Earth.
Right. Well, it's not. No, you thought it's frozen. No, it's marble.
That was marble.
That was marble.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they said like I think I'm not sure if they said like a marble structure just came from the Indian
Okay, because it
Ocean.
was white, so I just
Yeah, it's-
assumed she
if
froze
I'm
it.
not mistaken, it's
God
marble.
Damn, okay.
Rock.
She really
Really?
fucked him up.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So she makes a damn near continent out of this fucking thing.
Right.
By herself.
Right.
With ease. And hey, all right, did that. But now on Earth, apparently, in the middle of the Indian Ocean, there is a place, it's gonna have to be a country now. People got to move there,
Right.
Like it's real estate.
Yeah, you can take the Indian. It's in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah,
There's nothing
like,
in the
it's
Indian
an island
Ocean
now. Yeah, so okay, people have got to live there now, but it's now a new continent in the Marvel Cinematic Universe apparently, and it's half of this fucking
I
Celestial.
couldn't see anybody moving there. That is a petrifying sight to see.
It's
a fucking
horrifying.
Celestial crowning
That makes you want to
out of
just say,
Earth.
fuck it, right? Like
It's like, why would I want to
I am
move there?
so insignificant. And
Somebody has to keep an eye on that.
yeah, someone has.
Constantly.
to
Oh, I guess he
monitor
does turn
that.
it into ice. I'm sorry. Yeah,
It is ice. Yeah, it wasn't
Tia
marble.
moved into ice. It looked
Okay.
like marble. I was like, that's pretty.
Right. But yeah, no, like, okay, so
Marble's white.
if that didn't get you, like, okay, they defeated that.
Uh-huh.
Super. They beat it. Great.
Uh huh.
So forgot about Asher Roth, right? Everyone
Right.
has at this point.
Right.
Everyone's going about their day.
Well, I knew. I was like, oh shit.
I did
How
too.
is he
I'm like-
gonna do? How's Daddy gonna feel about
I'm
this?
like, hey, Cersei, you do remember what he told you, right? And she clearly forgot. So he reminds her and everybody on Earth when this motherfucker's head appears in the fucking sky.
In
Right.
the atmosphere.
And you want to
goddammit.
see scale? God damn. Over London. Just
Right.
out of nowhere.
And technically, if something was that big, that close, the oceans
Oh,
would
no,
just
heart attack.
flip. No, the oceans would just
Yeah, it was swirling all of the gravitation would just be fucked.
Right.
And so you're like, oh my God. And he basically's like, hey, Cersei, bitch, come here.
Like,
And
yeah,
just
all
takes
of, no,
her.
all,
Get
all
over
the
here.
remaining ones that are there.
Oh, he does take
Yeah,
them
he
all.
takes Camille,
No.
all that stuff.
He only takes 3 of them because the other
other
three,
ones yeeted, yeah,
the other
the
ones,
ones
yeah,
that were
they
there.
already there. Yeah, they already
Right.
disappear.
Hey, remember? Oh, and then but they didn't take the one that was a human. I don't think. Did they
No,
take Sprite?
Sprite, yeah. So Jim already.
I don't think he took
No,
Sprite.
he didn't
I
take
thought he
Sprite.
did.
He only
Sprite-
took 3.
He only took 3, yeah. It was only 3.
So that would be Camille Nanjiani.
No,
Gemma
he was
Chan.
out.
Jim-
Oh, he
He
didn't
left.
fly. He didn't fly.
No. He took.
Forgetting that.
No,
No,
the only
he
person
took-
that flew were Droog,
Speedster,
Speedster.
and Angelina Jolie.
and Angelina
Yes.
Jolie.
Those are only 3 that was on the ship.
Right.
He
Right.
took the other 3 and say, look,
Sprite, Camille Nanjiani, and
Faster?
Cersei.
he didn't take Sprite.
He didn't take Sprite. Sprite was human at that point.
Which one's Fastos?
Fastos-
Sprite's human.
Yeah,
so she
Sprite's
doesn't get
human.
that.
She
Right.
gets significant.
Right.
She doesn't have power. So, which she does for her.
Well, she has
all
a
the
memory. That's the
power.
other thing.
She
Now,
has
is she going to
she
have a
does
fucking
memory.
seizure when her memories, like when she has too many memories for the remainder of her life?
Yeah.
All of them tend to run that risk because they don't
All
have their
of them
memory
do.
right.
Yeah.
General question though, what happens when she gets old and be like, hey, can I get my powers back? Is that even possible?
Nah, she's human. She's done.
I mean, she's been around long enough.
Right.
Yeah.
She wants
to live. That's the price. I think she's
in my,
happy
in
to
my
pay
brain,
it.
I know she's an adult in real life, so I'm okay to say that. She wants to fuck.
She does.
She wants that puberty. She's going to
a-
be surprised when that breast grows and be
That
like, oh
is a
shit.
tough line to cross. Invincible had a similar storyline in it.
Right.
Yeah.
To where
But, no,
it's
but
like,
she's a grown adult. She's thousands of years
yeah,
old.
but you're still like, ew, but the visuals.
Well,
here.
no, it
like, I
was
was like, don't touch on that too
No.
much.
It was
Yeah,
what we do
right?
in the shadows. Where it's like when they
Oh,
where
yeah.
the vampires got bit when they were children. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're meeting up with the local pedophiles.
Can't tell that joke in
Can't tell
Marvel.
that joke in
Yeah.
a
You can
Marvel
do
movie.
that in What We Do in the Shadows.
But that was the funny way to
Yeah.
put it in
Yeah.
that way, where
Right.
it's not so touchy.
Yeah, so she has her happy, but yeah, no, like the heroes think they've won, and this motherfucker's like, hey, listen,
Hey, I'm gonna read.
just
I'm gonna read
standing.
your
this
brains.
motherfucker's looking down at Earth like I'm looking at this micro.
Right.
This is the equipment.
Wait a minute.
This
So-
is Earth. I'm Asher Roth.
Right.
This is what he's like. Hey, come
So
here.
did he take him with him?
Yes, he took the physical body because Jim Chan was already gone when he was
Right. Yeah.
Where Jon Snow was like, "What the fuck happened?" And so he was like, "I'm gonna take your brains and read your memories to figure out if they're worth this shit."
Yeah.
And
You got so
Right.
much time, and I'm coming back.
Right.
So good luck.
Right.
Make sure you get your shit in order, because if
Right.
I come back and I don't like what I see,
Right.
this shit's done.
Right.
Not a damn thing you can do about
I
it.
can't wait for fucking X-Men and how they're introduced. I can't wait.
How the fuck are they gonna do that?
It's got to be with them. Celestials, it has to be, because everyone had fucking. Every mutant has an offshoot of a celestial power.
You're right. So-
Cyclops,
Really?
obviously, speedsters,
Yeah,
healers,
it's a link.
power guys.
And humans have a place to play in there too. It's a
Right?
lot.
No, but
yeah, it's just a lot. In the
Like, how do you
Marvel
make a
universe.
Colossus, a Gilgamesh, and a Cersei? How do you make a name of X-Men? Healing factor.
Storm.
Fucking
can do storms,
Storm.
pal.
Storm is
No one
weather.
can do storms, pal.
Who controls
Oh,
weather?
nobody stores
control
coast weather in this one.
That would be Cersei because she
So
can
I was
control
Cersei would
weather.
be close enough,
So Cersei's
yeah.
weather, and then like projection, astral projection, multipliers and stuff like that. There's people
All
that do
the
that.
psychic shit would
All-
be Drew,
Drew, yeah.
Professor X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you have
You're
a
right, there are
basis of all of them.
connections,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where you
so
you can
they're
mix and
basically
match
an
them.
offspring of the Celestials, in other words.
I
Okay.
bet you
Or
there's
the
gonna be some
Eternals, yeah.
magic or something that's gonna
Yes.
explode that's gonna give it to people.
I think
Like
I
in-
think that's the
Like in
seed
humans,
they're
like in the
planting.
Flash universe, like how that happened with the lightning and how he became powerful. Like in humans, how it's
No,
like
I think-
No,
It's, you know,
that's
like a
it's
gene
X
like
gene.
the
that.
metahuman thing. No,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
metahuman.
DC's excuse for
Right.
us.
No. So
Oh.
it's always X gene.
Yeah.
So what's
Okay.
going to provide them with the X gene? Probably, I'm assuming now. I thought it was the snap of the Infinity Stones.
No, that would've
I
been
thought
stupid.
I thought the energy from the Infinity Stones, the galactic cloud, would warp people's DNA.
The technical, yeah. I mean, yeah.
That was my theory
I don't
for the
like
longest.
That, though. This is how technically in the comic books it kind of plays. To
Okay.
it. I forget like the exact X-Men origin, but yeah, I think they do have.
That
a
sounds
part
an
to play
interesting
in that.
theory.
Yeah.
The
And-
X-Men are basically the offspring of the
And they-
Celestials. Yeah.
they do give a shout out to variants, by the way. I don't know if y'all caught that.
Yeah.
Which one's the variants?
Remember when they explained that it's a million Eternals all over the goddamn place. They die, they continue,
Right.
they redo it, and they showed like a quick montage view of like one Cersei, and then it zoomed out to like
Right,
a
to
million, and by the
millions.
time it was at the end, it was a dude. Like it's an evolution. You don't notice.
I didn't even see.
She grows from big, little, male, female, and by the time
you're saying there's different variations of
different
her.
variants of her, which you're like, oh, they go to different universes,
Right?
Yeah, so that's kind of not a lot of people. It's a lot of shit you have to pay attention to catch.
Right.
And I caught that. I'm like, oh, these are variants.
I actually thought that was just different variants of other, like.
I thought it was different celestial bodies.
Right, that's what I thought specifically in this
No,
case
'cause
here.
you didn't know. Like, no, it's still Cersei's colors, the green and the gold. It sticks with that, and it's like an evolution of her. It's a gradual evolution from the Cersei that we see.
What part was this?
This is at the part where he's explaining to her, "Hey,
Cersei
you were
everything,
not
the
from
truth.
Olympia. That Olympia doesn't exist."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just a synthetic being. And
Yeah.
all this.
Right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
in that part, like I said, it's a scene.
Yeah,
like
that
that
tree
where I
of-
was like,
that-
oh, those got to be variants then.
That fucking. I'm just gonna call it the Tree of Life.
Yeah,
he
that
showed
looks
him
like
where he's
that.
like, this is where you're from.
Oh yeah, that thing.
That was eerie and beautiful.
It kind of reminds me of
fascinating.
what's that movie, The Fountain?
The fountain. That's exactly what I
It
thought.
was,
That's what
it
it
was,
kinda
it was
reminds me of.
Assassin's
That's
Creed
exactly
to
what I
me
thought.
a little bit.
Oh,
or
yeah,
these,
yeah.
no, but this I was like Assassin's Creed aesthetic, and it's very it was digital,
Right.
but organic,
But beautiful,
green. It's like, oh, this is the Tree of Life. This is
art design put into that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a freaky scene though.
It's freaky.
Yeah. Why did that freak y'all out so much?
It's open
I guess it's
space.
just it's kind of a dark, but it's an intense, not intense,
It is
intimidating
intense.
figure to see
get
something
It's-
that large.
It's the root of existence.
Right.
That
I didn't
fa-
get
that,
that
that concept of the
Oh,
grandeur.
exactly.
well, the grandeur of the origin of existence being both, like you said, imposing, dark, and beautiful.
Yeah.
And where all the memories
No, I love
of
the
all of
scene.
them are kept, right?
I got the beauty out of it
Right.
for sure.
No.
I didn't find it
Well,
intimidating.
terror, dread. I like dread in the origin of man, of the universe. It's fucking weird.
What other Marvel movie would you ever be talking
Right?
about that in?
Hey, remember when Spider-Man and Green Goblin went...
When you do that voice, it really sends the point home.
Hey.
Oh, goddamn, no.
You remember Spider-Man?
oh my god!
Maguire? How about you guys? You remember them? That's why you send your profile pic.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right?
You just pop. I ain't spitting it out.
No. Commit. Gotta commit.
Commit, yeah.
Yeah, no, like, I didn't find that in that part, but it makes you think, man, and it's beautiful. The theme of this movie is what I wanted them to do, and I know why she didn't do it, but I really wanted it. Fastos, everybody early on kind of goes their separate ways, and maybe they come back at some point still early on in life.
Right.
But Fastos, I think I'm going to go to this continent over here.
Well, go ahead.
Gilgamesh, I think I'm going to go over here.
Oh, okay.
Angelina Jolie, Europe, well, what would be Europe. I think I'm going to go over here and start to kind of develop different cultures and everything. People suddenly kind of look like them and
Right.
things like that.
Right.
I know why they didn't do that, but I was like, that
Now I
kinda
get what
would've
you were
been a
saying
little cool.
earlier.
My thing was like, wait, so Kumail Nanjiani is just picking to be Indian today? Like he just picked to be Indian? Because I mean, in our world,
Right.
in our diegetic world, or he has the nose and the features and the eyebrows and stuff, and you
In
go,
his
oh,
world,
that's
he's
an
just-
Indian man,
yeah.
right? And he's like, these guys look like me. Fuck it,
Well, he did technically do that.
fuck it.
No, he went to Mumbai.
No, it's not, but he went to Mumbai. But like, how could? But Gilgamesh looks Korean. He went to not Korea.
Right. He went to the desert.
Well, then again, as an alternative to that, Fastos went to Chicago. He's like, black
not
man,
right.
I'll be safe.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no one's gonna fuck
Not
me in the
Chicago.
suburbs of Chicago. No,
I know you're not safe anywhere in Chicago. But
But I actually get what
I don't give a shit. I'm not
I actually
going.
got what the point you were saying earlier in regards to
Yeah.
if they all had the individual stories. You talking about that? Because now you think about it, it's like if they all had their individual stories after they split, we can all see how their lives came back together once.
Right.
You know, that would actually make
And
sense.
how
I actually
they
like that.
individually impacted.
Right,
You know?
right. That
Yeah.
would make sense.
But here's my question. It's gonna lead to my theory.
Oh, yeah, you got to get into that one.
I got beef because
Mel Gibson.
Droog.
I have beef against
Because
Mel.
I gotta
Gibson
ask
also.
about Droog. Did you like him or did you not?
I like them.
He was okay. I thought he
want
was.
to see more of
I
him.
think he's a coward.
What?
And I tell you why, because of the fact that when they were fighting the deviants, he talked so much about them in the beginning in regards to, look what we're doing now. We're not even stepping in to save these people. We could have stopped this war here. And he basically did that. Stopped the war, which goes into his theory.
Yeah.
Stopped the war, but then he sacrificed those humans to fight the deviant. It's like, so that doesn't make sense. You're saying that you could have stopped the war.
He kept
lot
him.
of
He
time-
kept him away. He had a.
I
has
get
a,
that,
a
but
a lot
rifling
of time-
squad.
But
fast.
two of them got fucked up in the process by a deviant. So
the
just
rest
like,
of the river.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. It's like that's the reason why I was like iffy because he's
That's why I think we
somewhat
need
of a
to know
hypocrite.
more. I feel like no, because to me, I feel like that
You
was
feel like because time
2,000 years.
passed.
Time has passed. He has to be disillusioned with people at some point to where it's like, all right, man. Like,
Right.
No,
whatever.
because if that was the case, he would have never created that little village he did.
But look at that. He was in Brazil. He could have had Rio de Janeiro.
he was-
He chose the Amazon, the most
he
secluded
was being a
place.
cult leader like
Like a motherfucker.
He was being
They had fucking muumuus and aprons and shit.
Did you see
It was
how he
weird.
was dressed?
he was being Jim Jones.
Oh, like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Instead of the Kool-Aid,
was
it was
Kanye
the Kool-Aid.
West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Sunday service. No.
Oh, no.
But-
It was Marilyn Manson.
But no, but Drew was just fast. He was a fascinating character to me
Yeah.
because he's like
Underdeveloped.
Yo, fuck all this, dude. Fuck that. I can control everyone's fucking minds. We can stop
By far one of the
this
most powerful
shit.
powers.
And that was one of the dialogues that I enjoyed the most when they were having a conversation about Angelina Jolie. Do we wipe her mind? And it was like,
Yeah,
look,
she's
we're
fucked up.
questioning the mission because we can't interfere. We kill all the deviants, great, but we're seeing this slaughter going on specifically out here.
Right.
We can end this. We're powerful enough to do that.
Right.
And Ajax is like, nope. We're not involved in that. Our job is this specifically. And I like that conflict or the conversation that they had between each other. That is what I enjoyed the most, that specifically, that conversation.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
really good.
And yeah, but he was just like, I can stop all of
Right.
it. He goes, imagine living with that for 4,000 years.
Yeah.
That I can stop all this pain.
That's what I'm saying. And that
get-
has to fuck with you in
right.
some
And so
way.
the fact that he was bitter and fucking angry and just yeeted himself away, and then on a
everyone.
sidebar, the part I actually did almost cry on,
Oh.
Hiroshima.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Hiroshima.
fucking
Fastos quit.
Fastos.
Crying because I created this technology and I'm like,
Right,
what
no,
the
because you
fuck?
see him, but you see him excited. He's making steam engines.
Yeah,
and then
well
you-
before he should be.
Right, and then you just see the aftermath,
Yeah.
and he's standing
And
there.
see, we needed more develop. Like, because I feel like with him, he has to create. That's what he's there for.
Right.
Like he doesn't want to stifle himself, and so of course he would create weapons and he would create the atom bomb and tools.
Oh no, he would give him the ability to smash
yeah.
an atom, and then they took
and they
it
would.
to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
But he could kind of see where they would go with it.
No, but just the fact
and
that
the
he's
fact
like,
is like this is what I do.
He was,
and this is what
the
that
fact that he
creates.
was
These
balling
people
like that,
did
he's like,
that,
I
yeah.
did this,
Right.
I created this, and
And this
I
is
would
what
never
they did
expect.
with it, yeah.
Right, I thought I was creating something that was genius,
Yeah.
and they used that to fuck
To
this shit
wipe
up,
out.
to
what
wipe
was
out.
the
themselves,
line
yeah.
he said though? He's like, they don't deserve this.
People don't
These
deserve.
people don't
Or
deserve.
they don't deserve to be saved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck, dude. Because it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
The way the world is, you're right.
To counter that,
if we're gonna
though-
be doing shit like this, we don't deserve this life, man.
Yeah.
And it hurt to hear a demigod say that,
Yeah.
even though he's just a
I
guy.
love it. Yeah.
but to counter that though, the conversation that Cersei had with Kat Harrington or Kit Harrington, she was like, "Well, we don't interfere because, of course, you guys wouldn't be able to grow."
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I was saying I can understand there's both sides to that argument. But look, we can stop this bullshit. I have
Easily,
the powers to
yeah.
do that. But they're like, no, don't do that because you guys cannot develop as human beings specifically. You're basically just living in a cult, a giant cult on this earth.
right.
You know, so I think that's the reason why I enjoy
And you kind
seeing
of
both
get Drew's
sides.
side too.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
just like,
I
it's
get
a
it.
lot of that.
Right.
Like that's not just it's a couple of those in this. To where it's like
Right.
these are debatable issues.
Right.
And they debate them.
And that brings me to my final point
Oh.
about Droog, and I bothered me the moment it happened. So the reason why Droog has this conflict in himself about being able to stop chaos, stop war, and everything of that sort,
Right.
is as we know in
particular
history
war, yeah.
is the fall of Tenochtitlan, if that's how I'm pronouncing it right. But this is an artwork of it, right? So this is pretty much considered the last stand of the conquest of Mexico from the
beautiful
Spaniards
artwork.
during that era.
Right.
So essentially, the Aztecs were getting decimated. Let's read it here. It's a decisive event in the Spanish conquest of the empire. It occurred in 1521, following extensive manipulation of local factions and exploiting the pre-existing political divisions by Spanish conquistador Hernan Cortez. He was aided by indigenous allies, his interpreter and companion La Malinche, which was essentially the worst thing you can call a woman in Mexican culture.
Oh.
Which she is the traitor, or what's the actual
What was
translation?
what were they calling La Malicia?
La Malinche was a Nahua woman who essentially served as a translator to
What
the
was in the
Spanish.
context of that?
Oh, she was there alongside of Hernan Cortez, translating and betraying her own people.
Oh yeah.
So and it wasn't in the movie. It's just history.
Yeah,
and so,
no, I'm fascinated with
So
that.
although numerous battles were fought between the Aztec Empire and the Spanish-led coalition, it was composed of mainly the I can't say it's hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, It led directly to the downfall of the Aztec civilization that marked the end of the first phase of the Spanish conquest. End of the first phase. The Aztec population was devastated by the time by a high mortality rate due to smallpox, is what it was. You had asked about it, which killed much of its leadership. Because smallpox had been endemic in Asia and Europe for centuries, Spanish had developed an immunity and were affected relatively poorly. So the conquest of Mexico was a critical stage of Spanish colonization of the Americas. So they show that happening in this movie.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, Tenochtitlan. Oh no. that's like going back to like, I don't know, like
Slavery.
the White House and be like, oh, the White House is on fire. Tight. When the English invaded and shit. It's even worse. I don't know. I couldn't think of a black historical one. Slavery. It's like being there during
John
slavery.
Brown raid, maybe,
Or something. I don't know. But you're watching. I've never seen Tenochtitlan in a movies, let alone a Marvel movie. And I'm like, this is so fucking. The pyramid
The
is
scale, you
massive.
see it.
People fucking don't believe these. We built these pyramids, right? And
I don't know how.
It is there. Fucking, we're great. Fucking. Anyway.
Fuck anyone who doesn't believe that, but go ahead.
Right. Racism. If you don't think that fucking aliens did it, we did it. Anyway. And so you see it on fire, and you see fucking things collapsing and falling.
Being
Okay.
killed all over the place.
And Droog is like,
Let me
we
stop
can
this.
stop this shit.
No, I can stop this.
I know, but like he's
Yeah.
like fuck you, Fastos, for giving these motherfucker guns.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
no,
the only
yeah.
problem I had a little bit was that they were like these savages can't keep up. I was like, no, they were technologically advanced. They just didn't have steel and they didn't have gunpowder.
Yeah.
So
very biggies.
right.
Yeah.
So these fucking dumbass Spanish people could just grab a gun and shoot anybody and just eliminate these fucking warriors,
Easily,
right?
yeah.
And so, but they're
a
massacring,
distance,
but they're
mind you,
massacring them from
yeah.
a distance, or they're showing it very graphically. And I'm like, fuck. And then Droog is like, I can stop this shit right now. This does not have to go on. This is gonna go on fucking forever.
Yeah.
This is gonna go on if we don't stop this right fucking now. And I'm like, yeah, Droog, stop those goddamn Spanish conquistadors. Stop them from raping and pillaging our peoples, right?
Of course.
And then they fight a little bit more, and he's like, oh, okay, we're gonna fucking split up the band. Fucking fine.
I quit.
He
was the first to quit.
Right. He was
actually.
quit.
He started it,
So
yeah.
mind you, 1521 is like that's like that was the Mexicans being invented. That fall of Tenochtitlan was the
Very
thing that
horrible way, but yeah.
was the part. No, but I actually kind of like that a little bit in the narrative of it because that's the fucking moment that the world's cruelty got too much for them. I kind of love that a little bit. I really kind of love that because that's a fucked up thing.
Yes.
A company comes in looking for golds and riches, massacres of people until they are
Just 'cause
fucking
they're there.
eliminated from existence.
It's a lot of that's happened many a time.
Right.
Before, but yeah, go ahead.
Unless you're in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Unless Disney gets a hold of it.
Right. So they kind of let history go and do its thing, right? They kind of just let it do its thing. In this movie, they go, no. Drew goes, I have enough. I am done with this bullshit. Him and his fucking Hector-ass Mexican haircut. That's the Hector cut, if you guys are not asking for the Cholo
No,
Mexicans. But this guy says, enough is too much. Brain control. Boom.
Because he could control.
Control brains.
I feel like he could control cities.
he can control the world, he said.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That
So
makes- that makes
he's got
sense.
Cerebro in his bitch.
Yeah.
So
He is Cerebro.
he is Cerebro.
Yeah.
He is the Cerebro. And it's terrible, I know. He goes, Aztecs, Spanish, chill. Everyone's eyes go white.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, walk. We're done here. And so the Spanish and the Aztec warriors, they follow him, and then he becomes allegedly a cult leader. At the very least, stops that fighting, okay?
Yeah, he did that in two completely different parts of the world.
Right, yeah. I wonder if Marvel's dumb. But he goes, fuck it. We're done here. No more Fall of Tenochtitlan. We're done. Okay? And then my brain goes, whoa, that's great.
But
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. So Mexicans, funny thing about them,
Yeah.
they're the product of the elimination of the Aztec Empire and the Spanish conquista
Right.
of that land.
Yeah.
And by the means of raping, pillaging, and
Right.
so on.
right.
So when the fall of Tenochtitlan happens, that proceeds to just go indefinitely, forever, and on until Mexicans, as they are in modern form, are born. That's why you have guys who look like JJ, who are 5'3" and darker skinned and with silky long Indian native hair, and then you have the people of the same ethnicity that look like me, a bearded Moor that's
Oh.
6 foot tall and white.
Yeah. True.
Okay.
You could pass as other things.
No, but that's the point that me and JJ are the same ethnicity
Right.
is because of that violent merging of these two cultures.
More of the Spanish.
So I don't claim it. It's not
Well,
that.
obviously
but
not.
that's
but
what.
I'm talking about looks wise.
But that's where I
if
get
you say,
my
hey,
looks.
I'm from Spain.
Right.
People will be like, all right, cool.
And the Moors
move the fuck on.
And the Moors took over Spain twice for several hundred years, which is why I have the beard and the Harrys.
Right.
That's Middle Eastern. So that said, when they did that, and he's like, enough is too much. No more fall of Tenochtitlan.
You're like,
I was like, wait.
how the fuck?
So do Mexicans not exist in the Marvel universe
obviously
as
they
we know
do,
them
'cause you
in
got
our
Falcon
world?
2.
We got Falcon 2. You got Ramirez. You got Spanish last names.
Yeah.
You have fucking Luis from Ant-Man.
Right.
But like
How he
Mexicans,
made.
right?
Yeah.
And Mexicans, as we live in the world of America
That have
in
been made a
our
different
real
way.
life,
Yes.
in my brain, the first thought was they no longer exist, or at the very least, we're in smaller numbers because they went and they just pieced out and they were having a good time. But then my brain thought, wait. Mexicans can still exist because they took the Spanish and the Aztecs and he fucked off with them into the jungle and
But
was
so
like
he had control.
and he had control of
Right,
all
right.
of them.
So I'm sure he had an orgy or two.
I wonder.
I can almost guarantee you
Which
did.
I think it might be even worse because because I thought it was like, okay, we're gonna make everyone nice to each other, cool, right? Because remember,
Oh.
because he was able to make them hug the guys in the
Oh,
bar.
that's right.
Oh,
So
slap it
yeah,
and
slap,
hug, yeah.
hug it out. He was able to do that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, did he make the Aztecs and the Spanish hug, and then they just were like, all right, let's
Giant
get along,
orgies.
and then made Mexicans that way?
Orgies is definitely the.
But here's the thing, though. In the Marvel universe specifically, from watching Loki, if they interrupt something significant or a historical event, it creates a separate timeline. So I'm assuming specifically when he stopped this, it created a separate timeline to where maybe a battle did actually happen specifically, and
That's a
that's how
different
Mexicans.
universe.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's what Marvel's projecting out there. That if you interrupt that,
So there's a
You
fucking
get what I'm saying?
world where Mexicans don't exist and do exist.
that's what I'm thinking. Because
do they
Loki
exist in 626? 626 is the main one.
Yeah,
Mexicans,
it is the main
as
one.
we know them in
If
this
was
world,
626, then
exists.
They do, but they just
know,
they were
but you
created a different way.
but you're saying you understand what the point that I'm getting
get what you're
specifically
saying.
is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
if you
it's
interrupt
an
that difference,
alternate, yeah.
so is it an alternate universe
Well, it
that's been
has to be,
created?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
has
I'm
to be.
just saying.
In the 616,
Like, no,
they
but
were
I'm
made
just saying-
by a friendly orgy led on by
Right,
616.
right, and so how is that? So, but then how is that history told? Where they go, okay,
We don't talk
the
about
Spanish.
that. Like
no,
like Disney slavery. We don't.
no,
we're
I'm
not
talking about in the
that.
textbook. I'm talking about what Peter Parker learns at his high school, right?
You want that textbook.
Does that mean I want that textbook because it'd be like there was a battle and all of a sudden some dude was like, cut it out,
Obviously not.
and then after aftermath, which would be a whole sect of the Spanish conquista
Mm-hmm.
and the native peoples started healing each other, secured them of the smallpox, and said, "We're friends now."
It had to
And
be
then they
complete
made
alternate history.
and then they made the ultra mighty
Or-
Aztec Mexico Empire, and so Mexico is the #1 world power as opposed to America.
Well, I'm about to completely ruin all of that.
You're
Oh,
not.
shit.
They could have just Drew could have been like, okay, I'm done with this. He had to have left at some point.
Right, because he ends up going to Brazil.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know when he got to Brazil.
Right, and if they're- and
when
that's
he
what I'm wondering about-
Of course, these fuckers are gonna go right back to the same shit.
Well, no, but they could have been brainwashed to be friends.
No, he doesn't brainwash.
He doesn't brainwash, he just takes
controls.
over
It's
the-
temporary, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
because he made him hug it out, but people still fight after.
No, when he's done it with them, they go back to themselves. So he's not planting shit. He can only.
But I don't think that Marvel's going to be like, these motherfuckers not smart enough to actually put two and two together in this.
I am,
here.
God
feel like
damn
they
it.
did because this money that was
My
all he was
people.
focused
But he's
on.
Mel Gibson right now. He's conspiracy
my
theory.
people, yeah, my history, and the fact that it was
caught it
nothing else.
immediately.
I caught it immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, and I
So
was,
I don't
I was
think
like,
you'd
go
be
back
the
to that,
only
please,
one.
go back to that, please. And then they're like, oh, we're in Brazil now. I'm like, do you guys think Mexico and Brazil are the same? I hope not. I hope not.
It's Disney,
He
so
was just like, I'm gonna. And then the other thing I got mad at, how come a white man got control of the Mexicans, huh?
Irishman.
Irish. Well, he's Catholic. And if he's Irish, he's Catholic.
Right.
He probably invented
He
Catholicism.
probably did.
Right. So
That's what I was expecting him to go at some point.
Is it Ireland? Yeah.
Yeah, like-
But yeah, Catholic. Hey, Irish and Mexicans are dope. We're Catholic. We fight a lot. We fuck a lot. We drink a lot.
yeah.
We sing songs of the good times and some from the better times. That is Chumbawamba.
Right.
But no,
Summed it
I
up.
just I'm like, do Mexicans exist in the MCU?
Obviously, they exist. It's just how did they
come
how
about?
did they come
I
to
want to
be?
know that altered history.
What is the
And
creation
also,
of
I'm
that?
glad
Get in touch with
that
Kevin Feige.
The cruel. I'm gonna tweet him. I'm be like, do Mexicans exist in the MCU?
Oh, you got to put this out there.
I'm gonna.
Someone's gonna answer. it.
Someone's got to.
Yeah.
This is going to be its own YouTube segment. We're going to do 3 segments on this one. It's going to
TikTok
be
and YouTube.
do
I need answers.
Mexicans exist in the MCU?
In the MCU, yeah.
Tommy.
Because you ain't giving a superhero, so I'm
Right.
literally
Yeah. So the only one we got is Namor, and then they're trying to cancel him because he's saying terrible, horrible things. It's a
Who?
real life actor.
Terrible Namor.
Yeah.
Who's trying to cancel?
The real life people in America, in our world, are trying to cancel the Mexican actor because he's like super sexist.
Namor anyways, because they're trying to start a fucking race war now.
Right.
In the goddamn
between the
MCU.
Wakandans and the black folk, and then the what we can assume are Atlantean
Ocean
Mexicans.
Mexicans,
Yes.
What?
Dare I say, and be super mad about it, the wetbacks.
That's what I look.
Feige, do better.
Look,
you need to do better.
you
You need
didn't
one.
catch the-
You need one. Not erase Mexicans from history,
Yeah.
and 2, not have the one main Mexican character be a literal wetback. Which I'm making that joke now so that the white
Look,
people can be like,
I'm
"Oh,
not
I'm
John,
so
I'm
great."
not John Gruden, but I caught that immediately. So they want Namor is Mexican.
Right. He's Aquaman. In the you know who Namor is.
You don't know who Namor is? Like one of the first superheroes ever.
No.
He's
no.
Aquaman. Same
No,
power,
okay.
but he was before Aquaman.
Okay.
But he's Marvel's Aquaman.
Right.
And so him and his arch enemy is Black Panther. He controls Atlantis. Black Panther controls Wakanda, and they are constantly at war with each other. How, I don't fucking know, because Wakanda's landlocked.
Right.
Whatever.
But this is Namor right here. So like Namor, Fishman.
The dude with the elf ears.
Yeah, he some see like he's kind
I'm
of
sure
there,
you've
but,
seen him before.
but this is the
Probably.
actor now.
Well, is he still?
He still is. Yeah, I'll get to that article. But yeah, he's get Namor canceled. Yeah, he said some pretty awful stuff.
Yeah, he's
But
really,
that's the
really
actor right
awful
there.
stuff.
Actor rumored to play Namor is already under fire for having a history of homophobia. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So
they're gonna circle back around. I bet,
they're gonna circle back around.
Evaluate a little bit.
Hey, if Letitia Wright could be anti-vax and stupid, then
It's a little different.
She's a little Oh, I mean, she's
Little different.
A little different.
Yeah.
She can still be the worst though.
Anti-vax is that's a whole nother issue. Racism and homophobia are completely different.
I know. It's
Yeah,
all
go ahead.
Lick Harris in the chat. Oops.
Oh, yeah.
You just got rid of. See, you know what? Feige, MCU, you're on notice. You can't be getting rid of these Mexicans, man.
Gotta
I know
be
you're gonna have
better,
America
man.
Chavez. She's not Mexican. She's
Yes.
Cuban, Puerto
Who?
Rican. America Chavez.
Chavez.
Technically, she's an alien, but.
is.
Also,
Great-
I don't like
awesome
that either.
power.
Awesome Power. She's
Yeah.
going to be in Doctor Strange.
Yes.
It's going to be fun time.
Yeah.
Uh,
see her.
Mexican Falcon number 2.
I should be
Torres, he's
called Golden
fine.
Eagle. I really don't like that they call him Falcon.
But
Make
he's
him his
some-
own guy.
But they made him a fucking army man, which I don't appreciate.
Sidekick.
Whatever.
I don't like that.
You got Luis. He's cool.
No, we're not doing that.
Luis is
We're not doing that. I love Luis.
Sidekick from
We're not
Ant-Man,
doing that.
right?
Luis, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but the
Sidekick.
problem
Another
is,
sidekick.
he's a sidekick, and they made him a criminal.
And pretty
So-
stereotypical too.
He does go to art galleries. I do enjoy that. It is a little thing. He does something. He drinks wine. Knows the difference between Pinot Grigios and whites.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's a criminal.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, guys. I noticed these things.
It's
and
hard
I
not
want
to
them to do
notice.
better.
Well, isn't Ghost Rider at one point was a Hispanic?
No, they canceled that.
Oh no, they cancel that shit. People like him.
I love that.
I love-
Ghost Rider.
I'm like-
He's my favorite Ghost
He was
Rider.
great. Gabriel
Yeah.
Luna is great. And if they bring him back,
Then-
I hope they would. Well, they're bringing back some of the things. I don't know. And then Blue Beetle soon. Yeah, Blue Beetle soon.
Yeah.
DC.
But he's on HBO Max. He's not even
They
on
actually
movie
show.
theaters.
They actually show. They actually show who's going to play that guy, and I was like, okay,
No, it's a maybe, and it's the kid from Karate Kid,
yeah.
Zolo Miraduena or something like that. Yeah.
I'd like to see a newcomer, someone completely new.
He acts with his eyes. What do you mean? I'm like,
Lock with
oh
his
my
fucking
god.
eyes, yeah.
I love you, Miguel. Is his name
Let's
Miguel?
just do better.
Whatever.
Let's just do better.
Point is,
yeah.
Also, and then
Do
but
better by the fucking 40%
also
of moviegoers.
Also,
Shit.
they killed the only Mexican lady first. Salma Hayek.
She
They
was a
killed
leader,
her.
though.
Yeah, she was a leader.
Yeah.
Killed her first.
They did off her first.
How you gonna kill the Mexican mom?
The
What are you
white
gonna?
man
You're gonna
did it.
Selena?
The white man.
The
did
white
it.
man.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I'm sorry. I was telling you about The Harder They Fall. Had a great joke where Jonathan Majors talks about Idris Elba, who's the bad guy, and it's like, oh, I've seen him. I've seen the devil, and it's him. And Delroy Lindo, who I fucking love,
Oh, yeah.
too. He's like, oh no, boy, he ain't no devil. I've seen the devil. The devil is white. So I was like, yes.
Wait, so American Chavez is a character, not an actual actor. You know, so, wait,
Not American
wait,
Ferrera. I know
wait,
you think.
no. But I'm just, it's kind of interesting because I mean, I'm still getting into comics. Like, I know about Icon and going back to that
Milestone.
particular, yeah. But just hearing more characters, I'm just like, listen, you guys, like, what? Is
I
that
got
some good?
tons of comic books I can lend you.
Please, I mean, because I'm still getting into it. I'm Anime, I'm getting into as well too. Like I'm growing in more
That's
with
the
anime.
reverse. I'm getting into anime, but I've been comics forever. So.
Yeah, so it's like for me, it's like
a
whenever you guys
history,
recommend something, I'm like, really? Is that good? Yeah, is that
Yeah,
good?
she's lesbian and alien.
She's
and
awesome.
I think
A great character.
I think she's Puerto Rican.
I think she's Puerto Rican.
It's a star. Yeah. Point is, she's Puerto Rican. Not Mexican.
No, you don't have a superhero.
She's gonna be great. I'm super happy for her.
She's she's Puerto Rican, but she's not Afro Latina.
And
Into the Heights.
Yeah, this one. Right? Well, she's not from
Yeah,
Washington
right.
Heights, okay? So
Washington Heights.
sometimes you don't want to be from Washington Heights, all right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I kind of want to end this with these stupid YouTube videos of New York.
No, we're
I'm
not doing
I'm
it.
not doing
Don't
it.
do that to me.
Ping pong.
No.
But anyway,
Probably
that's
better.
the spoiler
Yeah.
talk.
That's it.
This is a 2-hour show.
Yes.
It's 1 in the morning.
It is.
Like, I think it's a weekend.
Hey,
This is great content, though. This is needed. It's going to be so much
Better
fun.
use a lot of this shit.
We're getting so much out of this.
I've given you a lot from Thursday to today.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm Sammy Gonzalez. Thanks for watching, everybody. Jordan over there. Tommy McGrew.
Yes.
McGrew's Reviews. Let's get out of here, guys, and go to sleepy. Because, it's time to do it. Let's go ahead and say
Go
bye to
pee-pee.
the people.
Go
No
pee-pee, go
pee-pee,
poo-poo.
just sleepy.
pee pee poo poo.
No.
Can we go to Washington Heights?
Washington
We're going to Washington Heights.
Washington Heights.